Well, and they did a pretty poor job of reseeding the yard.
They did. I'm working on
This-
fixing that myself because I just
We are
gave up.
recording.
All right.
Okay.
Call a meeting in order. Do roll call. Trevor Bundy here. Brendan Bunger here. Tyler Evans
Here.
Larry Julie Line.
Here.
Larry Vandervoort.
Here.
Matt Watnick.
Here.
Michaela and Don and Jared are all present. First order, we'll start with approving today's agenda and last month's meeting minutes.
Page 2, 5B. Just need to move Bunger behind by.
Behind what?
So you've got Watnick and Bunger seconded by to approve.
Oh, okay.
Just need to flip that.
Okay.
That's all I see.
Did we go into executive session? I thought we did.
Oh, okay.
And, number one where it says Superintendent Peterson should be was instead of were present.
So there's no concerns. You get a motion to approve.
Did we go into executive session last month?
Yeah, but you guys didn't record a time, so
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what can I know?
Yeah.
Under 3A where the very last sentence, 58,000 to 70,000 gallons per day.
Okay, all changes have been made. Oh, I also wanted to bring up that the city does already pay for the library's electricity and natural gas. In the video, you guys said no, that we didn't, but we did.
Any, do you guys see any other?
Get a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion from Julie.
I will second that motion.
Second from Tyler.
Also, an update on the, sorry, go ahead.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign.
The insurance question that you guys had on the library about if someone is like injured while doing a library activity or if somebody from the Lions Club is injured while in the library.
Mm-hmm.
So the insurance company said that since we insure the building but not the contents, that it would go under first the library's insurance unless they could prove that it was gross negligence by something that we did. Like if the carpet was not nailed down properly and somebody tripped on that. Or like we put up a shelf and it wasn't secured properly and fell on somebody. But if it was like the library stacked up some books and they fell on somebody, then that's on them.
I don't know how I feel on that one though.
Well, that's
I
how it's
mean, we're
always
gonna have to
been.
go property management at that point.
Always been that way.
No, I know, but I mean, we're gonna have to have some sort of rider written in that,
Yes, she did mention that too.
so. Okay. We'll expand on that then. Okay, moving on to claims. Is there any questions on claims?
Can I add my hours to the claims?
Yeah.
I did 5 hours.
5 hours.
Oh, okay. That day you were here with me? Oh, okay.
At 25, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wes and I found stuff from Banner from 1953.
1953. Maybe J.T. Banner himself. Maybe his name's on there.
Probably. I'll have to look.
That being added, Julie's time. If there's no questions or concerns, getting a motion to approve.
Was that the quoted amount for Double H paving, or did they go over?
They went over. It was like 94 something or 96 something.
That's what I was
But we
thinking.
added that on the end of park by the assisted living, there was a spot about 30 by 40 that broke up after we did the quote or whatever. So
Okay,
we had to pick that up while they were here. So.
okay. When are they coming in to do the slurry seal, or have they?
August, I believe.
Okay.
August
20th?
7th or
Oh,
something like
I
that.
thought they did that already. They didn't? Okay. So do we wanna take that one off until they do it?
Yeah, yeah, we can't pay them until the job's done.
I just thought they had already did it.
So we move 30 seal.
And if you want on that slurry seal,
Mhm.
whenever we kind of work through the invoice with them, we can just take a look at it quick, make sure, because it's an estimate of quantities like the other jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They should use all of it, but just to make sure that whatever they get paid in their final pay request is the right amount.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
It's the second one from the bottom. It's supposed to be Granger, so it's Grainger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What tree did they take at the park?
We had one tree right along the road by the light pole, kind of north of the pool. There's that light pole that's right along 6th Street.
Oh, okay.
It split right down the middle. So I
Really?
had a couple ratchet straps on it, holding it up so that it didn't fall over and hit someone. So they could
Trees
get
down.
cut out.
Other than that, I'll make a motion to approve with the amendments.
Okay, which would bring the grand total to $181,741.06.
181 what?
741.
6 cents. Matt made a motion. Can I get a second?
So moved.
Larry with the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, move on. Well, we'll do the Colton Friends of Baseball here. So, get you guys going. You guys here to give us an update on the turf and ball park.
Yep, so I'm Mike Grindy, for those of you who don't know me. I'm president of this group that we put together called Colton Friends of Baseball. Travis Bundy's here with me, he's the treasurer of the group. we've kind of been working at this for, officially, we've been just about 2 years now, having our nonprofit status. And we've been on a fundraising mission to raise some money to improve the ballpark in town here. The main goal was to not so much be fancy and try to have the fanciest of everything, but it was basically the park was in need. There hasn't been many updates made to that baseball field since I played on it in the 80s. It's been a good park. We have one of the nicest parks there is in the whole darn state. It just needs a better, modern, more modernized, more up-to-date playing surface and amenities. We felt like the park is a great asset to this town. Talk to other people from other communities that come in here. You talk to other teams. They always make the same comment for the last few years. They were just saying, man, you got a beautiful park. It'd be great if you get that field updated. So we hear it over and over again. So we're blessed to have that park in our community. And the plan that we put together, we decided to do it right. We decided to put some good money into this project so that we're not sitting there 15 years from now wanting something different. So we decided to do it right. I'm sure you guys have been able to look at it. We've put it on Facebook pages. We've got a sign up in the park with a QR code that's pretty deep. You can take a picture of that, and then you can kind of stand there and rotate around and see what it's going to look like. And
you just look at the turf, you can pass that around.
right, and that kind of opens up the next topic. We have raised enough money. Well, I should slow down for a second. We have kind of divided our project into 3 phases. For those people that are gracious enough to give money, we didn't want them to have money in an account for 3 years and see nothing for their money. So we as a group decided we'd sit down and we would break it into 3 phases. And we're starting phase 1 with the playing surface on the field, right? Getting an infield done with turf. Then moving our way out. Phase 2 would be dugouts, new backstop, getting that updated. The chain links peeled up on the backstop. That's an old backstop. It's actually a little bit semi-dangerous, to be honest with you, if a kid slid into that. So we're going to update that. We're going to get 2 new dugouts put in, more modernized dugouts. And then phase 3 is going to include things like a more updated restroom, concession stand building with a nice kind of, I guess I'd call it like an extension of a roof, kind of a picnic shelter coming off the front where we can have an overhang for some shade. Put in a couple picnic tables there right out there by the side of the netting where the field backstop is going to be. We have it in our plan to put a crow's nest and a roof over the top of the grandstand for more additional shade, and then bullpens. It's a safety feature. It's kind of crazy. We still do it, and we have our kids warm up right there by the dugout, and it's kind of a dangerous thing for the kids in the dugout or people right by there, the stands. We're warming up right in front of them. We kind of want to have a designated area, which is where the concession stand building is now. When that is gone, we'll be able to come out of the dugout and go back there into a fenced-in area where they can warm up and be away from the public and be away from the other teammates and stuff like that. So it's a broad project. We're proud of it. And the good news is phase 1, we're pretty much there. We've gotten a very, what would be the word for it, Travis? A pretty
Generous.
definite type donation on a phone call today. So,
Yeah, we've got definitely a pretty firm commitment to get us right up to the end.
yeah, we know there'll be a couple overages or some aggregate, and there'll be some overages. There always is. So we need to raise a little bit more, but to be honest with you, I'm not too concerned about it right now. I think we're sitting in really good shape to get phase 1 done. So we're pretty proud of our community. Had a conversation with a friend of mine that's from Crooks, and he just is like, how in the heck did you guys pull this off? And I said, there's something about this community up here, right? We may be smaller. We may not have a lot of $1 million houses in our community, but you know what? We are good folks up here. And these people that were grandparents, parents, they played on the field, or for example, just take an example of a person that he said that I played on this field in the 70s, the 60s. Now my kids played on it. Now my grandkids are playing on it, and they really want to see our community thrive. And it's pretty humbling, isn't it, to see some of the people step forward and make donations like they have. It's incredible. We have a good town here. So we're proud of what we've done, and it's been hard work, but we're not done. We're going to continue on trying to raise money to continue this thing on through, and we just felt like we've been working at it, but we haven't really been in here talking to you guys. So wanted you guys to kind of know where the committee to know where we're at.
So what's this gonna cost? I don't know, a lot of people know how much it is.
Sure.
How much is the project so far?
Phase one, go ahead,
Yeah,
Travis. You're
so
the
phase,
treasurer.
phase one, the turf itself is around $220,000. And then, the rest of, when you consider the aggregate work, the grading work, drain tile, some of the concrete work is gonna be another 15,000 or so more than that. So we're really close to, securing all of that for phase one. We felt that was important to get phase one done, that, cause we are the only field that we play on, or probably any of our kids play on anymore, that's all dirt, anywhere. So we wanted to get that turf in place, get a better playing surface so that, maybe raise some excitement for the additional phases, which really the first phase is really focused on the players and the playing surface. The additional phases really help us focus on the experience to watch the ball games and improve that. So
I've already gotten phone calls from the head of Legion Baseball in the state. He's excited about it. He's seen it on our Facebook page. He goes, "You're going to be getting state tournaments, things like that. It's going to bring some people to our town too." I know it's not steady, but in the summertime, a lot of people come into town and watch baseball games. And if we can add a few tournaments and get some of that postseason stuff, that would be nice too.
we were just in Clark for 3 days. We played 2 North Dakota teams, did really well. We played Groton, South Dakota. Teams come in from a long distance to play out there in the middle of nowhere. They have a beautiful park, a lot of generosity there. We're a little bit more unique. We actually have a place for them to stay. This far.
It's true.
But yeah, I think yeah, we're due for something like this.
Yeah.
From in terms of a schedule perspective, I guess, do we want to hit on that at all? As
Yeah.
far as this
Yeah.
turf?
Yep. When we made the turf order, the scheduled delivery time is supposed to be September 2nd. We will deliver that somewhere in the park, wherever Pete and anyone else that has any input on it wants us to store it. It won't be for long. I talked to, I don't know if I'm allowed to say who this person is yet, so I'm not gonna say, but someone who's gonna donate the time to excavate and grade and do that kind of work for us. They want to get some surveying done immediately, because he's gonna try to squeeze that in, obviously after Colton days, so sometime in August, he's gonna try to get in there and do some excavation work and get the site prepared. The preparation's kind of a big job. You gotta dig out what you got. We wanna save that agri line, that's worth a lot of money. We can use that on the other fields. Take dirt out, grade, and then it's a layer of some kind of an aggregate tiling system throughout underneath, covered by aggregate again, so when it rains, the rain goes through the turf, out the pipes, and you can play on it. You could probably get 1.5 inches of rain and play within an hour or less. So it'll be really nice for all age groups. It'll be really good for high school baseball. Quite frankly, there's no reason the girls softball team can't come and use that field when it's too wet, too snowy, too, and you know what the springs are like around here. It's not really good for ball. So I think we get a lot of use out of it. The other thing that could be is it could be kind of an income generator. Other towns that don't have a drainage system like we're gonna have are gonna be wet. And just like we've had to do over the years, we've had to go down south or go to another town or Augie or somewhere and rent a facility. We'd have to discuss and find out what rental rates are, but not trying to make it a profit, but if someone's gonna use it, we should collect some money because it's gonna take money to maintain it, right?
Yep.
So, the reason for the turf is that reason, and also inclusivity, is that a good way I say that properly, of all age groups. If you put a grass infield in, which is traditionally the go-to for baseball, right? And it's very nice. The downfalls are this, it's extreme amount of maintenance. If you put a grass infield and you don't maintain the grass infield, it's just a terrible playing surface. Balls pop every which direction. It's a lot of work. You gotta edge everything where the agri-alignment dirt is and the grass infield. And we're not talking about putting in a few hours a week. We're talking it's steady, a few hours every single day to be able to maintain something like that. The other negative aspect is the base paths are set at 90 feet, and that's where the kids run, and that's where they dig it all up, right? So if you let the younger kids come in and use it for something, if we have an event or the men's softball teams want to play on it, whatever it is, they have shorter base paths, they'd run right through that infield, and that'll be a dead old track all year long right through there. You know what I mean? They'll tear it all up. So then what happens when the baseball team comes in? It's all tore up, the ball bounces funny, so it's a safety issue and a competitive kind of a bad deal for everybody, right? So we went for the turf because we kind of believe that we want as many age groups and as many kids to play on this field as we can. The more people that come to town, the more hype you get about baseball and softball, and the more hype you get about that, the more people play. The more people play, the more people come to town and spend some money too. So we want people to come to Colton. We got that great park we were talking about.
Yeah.
Let's get that thing filled with people. So.
Absolutely.
Time frame then, after September 2nd delivery, when our generous contractor gets done with his, well, I suppose, what do you want to call it? The job of tearing out and putting in the grading and all that. They should be there within 2 weeks, they feel, sometime in that time frame. And then they like carpet layers. They go like crazy and layer out. So.
There you go.
I think we gotta have a little concrete poured out
Yeah.
between where the grass and the turf will meet for a, what would you call that, a ledge, I
Yes.
think they call it.
It's a way to kind of, I guess, attach the edges of the surface to make sure it all stays in place.
Yeah.
And this material too is, it's 30 plus years expectation, life expectancy. We did go with quality turf too. We went with turf that actually looks a lot like grass. It's got
Much more fibers,
mulch. It's got some mulch looking to
it's
it.
a lot more dense, it's supposed to
Yeah.
last longer, so we decided it was worth it to try to raise a little more money and have a higher quality product that we're not upset with.
Are they just gonna drain tile the infield for now, or are they gonna do the outfield?
We're gonna do the infield for now so that we can play on it next year. If we do the outfield, we're probably gonna have to do some infill with dirt and get some grass seeded and stuff like that. So this first stage, I think we're going to do the turf part first, to kind of get that out.
The other thing too, the reality is that, the baseball in the community has gotten to be better and better over the years. The last few years, we've sent multiple teams to state tournaments and doing it multiple times. And I think the pathway to that, there's gonna be a lot more in the making to that level. And I think it'd be great to host a state tournament, which you can't do in our park now.
Yeah.
I mean, that would not be, couldn't be done. So things like that, plus, the future evolution back to amateur baseball and movement back to Corn Belt and all that stuff someday maybe.
I just know what that Sioux Falls Amateur League, they're coming up here and playing. I mean, they're excited about it next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so we have to figure out, like you said,
Right.
rental and all that. And
Yeah. And then with best case scenario, we find a whole bunch of homegrown Tri-Valley kids to play amateur baseball and start it up that way. And then play the local towns and do it just like it used to be back when I was a kid,
Leads into the next public time. Dewey's a friend of mine, and he said he's not going to make it, but he can call in and have that conversation, which I think you guys would really like to hear, just with the amateur baseball league that he's trying to start here. So.
Speaking of that, Mike, so it's not coming till the 2nd, but you're gonna be doing stuff in August. Do you know when? Cause they
No.
wanna use the field in August. Will it still be able to be played on and stuff?
That's Sioux Amateur.
Yeah, they
That's-
just contacted me this morning.
Okay.
How far into August?
He didn't say. He
Because
just asked
we
if
have
the
been
field
basing
was.
things based on
Yes,
country days. Yeah.
but,
Which- this is more important. I mean, like at the end of the day, if we can make it both work, great.
Right. We don't know, the contractor just said he can't just designate a week right now, he's gotta squeeze it in. He can't haul equipment when he's, yanked in to come up here to do it, take care of it. He wants to have a window so that he can get in here and do it, so it's not gonna be the most scheduled
I
thing.
just asked him, so hopefully I'll let you know when I hear back from him.
Alright,
And if we have to tell him no, I mean, we have to tell him
we just
no.
don't know yet, it's an
Yeah.
unfortunate deal, so thumbs up till we find out more, I
'Cause I
think.
think that takes
Yeah.
precedence,
Well,
unfortunately.
I would agree.
But-
Well, they're more than excited for it.
I think you guys should give yourself a big pat on the back. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
As far as the turf, is there anything that the city needs to purchase especially to like maintain it, or?
So we were hoping you guys would do that. There's about, I'm not gonna throw out a number, but there's a few $1,000s for some equipment that you use about once a month, is it, or something like that, I
Yeah,
believe?
It's
It's like a
yes.
raking system that levels off the infill, because inside a turf, there is what,
With
sand and there's
balls or
rubber.
something?
Yeah, and it's ground up, and that's where you get your feet to feel like you're on real grass, and, there's a machine that is, that we will need to purchase from the turf company. And we were wondering if that was something the city would wanna purchase, cause you guys will be doing the work with that, so. I don't
Give us the
remember the
details.
amount, I will let you know as soon
Have
as
the
I,
budget for it this, when we get the
Yeah,
budget
just give
here
us the details on it.
for next
Okay.
year.
alright. Obviously, they will do the first grooming of that, so we wouldn't need the equipment till spring.
I'd like to watch them do it.
Yeah,
so we
well,
have some
I-
kinda
I was
knowledge
actually just
of
gonna ask,
How do you do it?
when they come in, is there gonna be some kind of training?
Yep.
So,
Supposedly, there's a demonstration of maintenance and the whole works.
Okay.
They will be here and they will come and they will work with us or show us what to do.
The dealer is a South Dakota dealer.
Okay.
So,
It's really neat because most of these towns that are getting the turf right now, it's a company out of Oklahoma City. And the guy's nice. He drove up here, we met with him, he's fine. But every time you have a problem, they gotta send a crew from way down south. We got an in-state company based out of Rapid City. We just felt really good about them.
Yeah.
And they are so excited to get a baseball field on this side of the state. And, yeah, they reduced their price. And the agreement was we'd put a sign on the center field fence for 5 years. And they took a big number off, so that was very nice of them. Yep. They've been nice to work with. I mean, you can't beat them. It's just like they're just a married couple that are retired and they took over the franchise for this company called Forever Lawn.
and we spent a lot of time learning and trying to understand the options and making sure we're making the right decision. And
Yeah.
we're all pretty much unanimous. We're confident this is the right group to work with.
Yep.
For sure. And knowing that they weren't the cheapest, we did not go for the cheapest. We went with what we thought was
Cheapest
the
ain't always
best.
better sometimes.
I'm glad you guys didn't go that route.
Yeah, I think we're confident we did the right thing.
And I don't think it's a budget issue because I think you're setting yourself up for a precedence of other organizations. Because the ball field in my world affects me zero. It's been zero benefit to me. So I'm saying that we don't need to budget for it. We can vote on it and we can talk about it, but I don't think it should be in the budget because there's other organizations. You're setting a precedence. Okay, we did 5,000 for that. Somebody else comes to town. Somebody else, Heart and Soul is another organization is in that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that I don't think it should be budgeted.
Yeah, it's just an item, a line item.
It should, right, just be brought.
To the table.
Yeah, it's
Table.
no different than buying chalk for the fields.
No.
Yeah, no, and
We-
like I'm saying,
we-
I'm not opposed to it at all.
We just
I'm
might
just
have
saying.
to, adjust like the park.
Appropriate funds.
Yeah, to make sure the funds are in the budget to handle this equipment.
Well, not just that, other organizations are gonna be just as heartfelt as these guys are coming to town. I can't think of anybody right now. But, you know what I'm saying? That,
Julie's just marking it up as it's a piece of equipment that we're gonna need and we're just
Yeah.
gonna buy it.
yeah,
Like it's
Yeah.
just gonna be a voted item and it's just.
yeah, that's, you know, I just don't wanna set it like, oh, the city will give us $5,000. We're gonna come. City, new organization, oh, city will give us $5,000. I don't wanna set that kind of precedence is what I'm saying.
Well, if another organization wants to come in and spend $220,000 plus more, I mean, we might consider it.
But it doesn't benefit me. What benefit do I get from 200, 300, 500,000 at a ball field?
You'll benefit from the sales from the people being here.
That's a good last game for Justin. I also.
No, I think
We
it's just,
probably
I'm
might
in agreement with Julie a little bit, it's just gonna be a line item.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, it's just, we have to make sure the funds are there to
Yeah.
purchase.
Yeah.
You know, it's no different than buying a lawnmower to mow the baseball fields. I mean, it's a piece of
Right,
equipment.
It's maintenance.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Sounds good.
I'll give them a call.
With that connecting a drain tile, is there anything that you guys need to get with Weston and?
I
Dion?
actually talked to him on the phone today because I had a question, and when we get to that point, then I think Weston didn't, well, you could speak, did he say we should
Yeah.
discuss that,
Yeah, when we
where
get
to
the,
go? Yeah.
when we get the layout done and you'll talk about the survey, you'll be able to get a survey and get an elevation on that storm sewer inlet. And then we can kind of get together with Jared to figure out a way how to connect to it.
Okay, perfect.
We'll have to put something on there so that we've got another connection, so that whenever you guys plan on doing the outfield,
Yeah.
you have somewhere to tie on to that pipe.
Sounds good.
That's your lowest
First thing's to
point.
get it surveyed right now, so I got a guy to do that too. But once again, unbelievable support, nice people helping out, so.
Who is the new gentleman that joined us?
This is Austin.
Austin Divick, he is, He's a director on the Colton Friends of Baseball.
Okay. Thank you.
Slacker.
Okay, you guys have any other questions for?
And then
Thanks for your support.
when it comes to like the baseball board, you will like keep us in the loop of like do's and don'ts. Like I would assume we're not gonna use cleats on them.
We've got a lot to learn yet about all that.
Yeah,
Yep.
so if you can just keep us updated on
You
that
bet.
as well.
Yep. Sounds good.
Question, did we find out any more on that FEMA storm shelter?
No,
No? No update, no
no,
status?
no update on any decisions made. So, I'm
Don't
Recent.
hold our breath on it.
With the recent cuts,
Yeah.
probably not gonna get that.
They want to do away with FEMA, even, don't they?
Yeah, they've cut a lot of the FEMA stuff out.
Did you get in contact with Brendan Lane then with the,
No.
no, but you got that
That's-
application?
I got the application. We actually started filling it out.
Okay.
I'm thinking about calling them out.
Okay.
So,
Although we did just put in
Okay.
city
You guys got any more
application
questions
FEMA.
for us?
no,
Yeah.
I think,
Okay. Thanks for having us.
no, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
That-
no, we're
I
excited
actually,
about
I
it.
actually apologize for not reporting a little earlier, so
No.
thanks.
Thank
Way
you
to go
for
on
all
your
your hard
efforts.
work.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Good
Thank you.
news, so that's awesome.
Got a ways to go, but we're doing pretty good. Yep.
Well, no, I think
Once
once
again,
you
like I
get it,
said, good community, good people.
yeah, once you get it in now, you'll get excitement.
You bet.
I think when they see what we're trying to get towards, I think that'll be a big step in the right direction.
Like you said, Trev, now get it to where the fan experience, then that's where everybody's gonna wanna.
I think once you, we expect that to drive the interest, you know, now that your kids don't look like coal miners after a game. They, you know, their experience is better, and then make the fan experience better.
Yeah.
Spectator experience.
Thank
No.
you. Thank you. Do you have anything you needed to mention?
No, I wish I'd known it was at 6:30, not 7.
2007.
We're next door too long.
Yeah, you guys had tapped me on the shoulder.
All right, well, did you guys wanna stick around, talk with that?
I'd rather meet and just visit about it
Okay.
at another date, if that's okay. Just-
Yeah, should get your contact info and I can,
Would you
I got it.
just go ahead and get it from
Yep.
Trevor? That'd work out good.
Yep,
We'd
I'll-
love-
I'll
we'd
get it
love
to
sit down
him
and
and
talk about it.
I'll get it to
Absolutely.
him and yeah, he's
Yeah,
pretty
love the
excited,
amateur
so.
baseball thing, so we'll just sit down and.
Sure.
Yep, no, I think you guys definitely need to sit down together.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Nope, just let us know if there's anything else that,
I got the players at the park right now, so I better go. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate all your efforts, yes, really do.
Have a good one.
you do.
Yep, have a good night.
All right, we'll go to the committee.
Go ahead, I did the last meeting.
So we were presented by another resident of the community to do a touch a truck. I know that Kathy briefed you on that. We actually met with her, Thursday or Wednesday. She
Going
actually did
well.
a very, very good job. She has a lot of trucks coming, lots. Like I think these kids are gonna be super excited about. But it's gonna take a lot of space.
Big equipment.
Yes, like even a
So, like a
sprayer,
sprayer
like a big
coming.
sprayer coming, and so kudos to her for doing that. But I'm wondering if we can block off that gravel road, not the whole road, but like coming in, you know, and then you can go down that little gravel road that goes by the house,
Park.
and then Park Avenue. If we block that off all the way up to where the fire department kind of blocks off to do their water wars, and just block that off from like to like
When, I think she said they were starting to come in about maybe 4.
yes,
Then
4
she'd
o'clock.
start lining them up and then it's over at 5. I mean, I'm sorry, 7.
Seven.
7.
Because it goes from 5 to 7. But I mean, with
So
having
just adjust
children
3
out
hours.
there to look at those vehicles, I just don't want a car come flying down that gravel road.
Are we gonna have to block it off early, so?
We'll
So
have
no
the parking blocked off already
Is that
on
gonna
For the
cause
petting
a
zoo.
problem?
Yeah, for the
Okay.
petting
Is
zoo.
it gonna cause a problem with
So-
that homeowner? Having all that traffic come through there?
Well, we can just shut off that road.
How are you going to shut that whole thing off?
We can just talk to the township.
Okay. You know, I'm just thinking of the liability of those kids all out there, and you come around that tree grove, and bam, they're right there.
Well, I guess technically, I mean, we can shut off our side. and then we can just put out there, put close ahead.
Where
But
we
we-
shut it off at,
Would you shut it off at the Y there?
out, way out of town?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they can still take that gravel road, and once they get to that Y, they won't be able to come in town. They'd have to go up by Atkins and come in, or backtrack by
Let's be honest.
Hendrickson's.
That road always sucks anyways during the summer.
Be a better place to shut it, 'cause
Let's see, you'd have to shut out because otherwise, if they get all the way to there and it's like we can't go either direction,
Yeah. That's why
they're gonna go right around it, you know, and they're gonna be driving across his yard and.
So maybe we just
And-
contact the township.
talk to the township, see
So-
if we can close that down for like a half a day.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
you
if
do.
we can reopen it back up about 7:30, so like, you know, when the firework, all that's gonna get rolling, like, they'll be clearing out after, at 7.
So it's not all day, it's just.
Just a half a day.
And I mean, like, we don't really have to close it down until probably maybe 2, just to get it ready and set up.
Cause we'll already have that parking area.
Roped off for the petting zoo, that'll be there from 1 to 3.
It's mainly the road. We didn't expect it to get quite that big,
Yeah.
but we should have
The petting-
known.
The petting zoo is gonna be in that back.
Yep,
back
so it's
yard.
gonna be right there in the
Basketball court.
parking lot there, the petting zoo from the Buffalo Christian FFA. So,
And they're 1 to 3, is that what
1
we
to
got?
3.
1 to 3.
Yep.
So they'll be cleaned
cause
up
they're
and
gonna
out
have
of
their
there.
trailers, and I just thought trying to pull trailers in and out over by the park and the ball field is asking for trouble with that many people. So I wanted to put it outside.
Do we need to block off the road right there at, what is it, Sixth and Park too then?
Yep.
To
Yeah,
local
yeah.
traffic
I
only?
mean, I think you can come in
Well,
a
I
little
think
bit
you'll-
to where the
we'll
fire
go to,
truck's
like-
coming in, and you just block it off.
We'll go to like 8th Street, where you
Yeah.
turn to go up to the cemetery.
Oh, okay.
Just shut that off completely.
So before what used to be Norbley's, so before that property? Okay.
And then on the others, the
Does that
west
still
side
give
of
you
the
enough
pole-
space though?
Yes, cause she's
Does it?
actually gonna have them just pull in and park right
Park
on the gravel.
right on the gravel road.
So
Yeah,
that way we
yeah.
can let the kiddos.
But,
just
there's gonna be
go.
quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Where do
got
we-
quite a list.
Where do we
so.
close it at by the gas plant? Where's a good place? Cause they're gonna be people.
We won't go we won't go in front of the campers.
Campsite sites, because we
We'll
still
start
want
right
access for
after.
them.
Yeah, we'll start right after that last camper blocked out. I mean, we figured that, didn't we?
Movements, yeah. Just because the campsites are pretty full. I think they're all full but one maybe, and so we don't want to intrude on their space that they're renting, so we would be from the campsite down towards where
Oh,
the
I'm
tree
thinking the other
growth-
way.
Yeah, no, we're on
Okay,
the
I'm
west.
thinking from Park.
Nope.
From all of the ball field, that gravel road, not that.
So we are on the west field by the basketball court.
Mhm.
So
Right.
yep, so where the campsite starts,
Right.
we would go to probably that tree grove.
Oh, okay,
So kind of
okay.
where the parking lot is, but we're utilizing the gravel road.
No, I don't think that's an issue.
Okay,
You guys have an
that does
issue
give
with
you
that?
more room.
The only thing is blocking off places for baseball, and I use cones. No, everybody runs them over.
Yeah.
So
No,
I would
I've
really.
got the big barricades
Yeah.
that.
You have,
That's what I
you have
wanted to
enough to go all the way across the road
We
and,
can do. I don't know if I got enough to do 3 intersections. I can do 2 for sure. So we could do the one way out of town at the Y and the one by Koopman's with barricades, and then we could just use the long cones across at that 8th Street, 8th and Park.
otherwise I could probably accommodate a few.
Thus you can grab a couple.
I just know if you put cones out,
Yeah.
they're gonna drive
You
through
can
them.
do
Mhm.
3. That'd be good. They get the stands.
Or in between them.
You need sandbags too, or no?
Yeah, probably.
Just in case it's windy?
If it's windy, they'll tip over.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Okay.
And then if we set the barricades there, can you guys put them across the road when you think it's time to
Yep.
close it?
Absolutely,
Yes.
I can do it.
Definitely.
We'll just
Yeah,
have
if
them
the
sitting
stuff
in
is
the
there,
spots
we
and then
can-
just pull them out.
Yes.
Just like I did with the baseball games and stuff. Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I know it's putting more work on your plate,
It ain't
so.
that bad. Easy stuff.
I think it'll be a really good event and having it for the first year, we'll be able to see, you know, how it all goes and if it's really a good event. and-
So were they gonna bring the helicopter? I know they
No.
said.
No,
Helicopters are no go this
yeah,
year.
she did decide that, you know, since it was, they would only be able to give like a 12 to 24-hour notice, that she wanted to just get this first one under her belt
That's fine.
first and then see from then on, but she's got cement trucks and
Yeah, it's
Yep.
I mean, fire
I don't
trucks,
know.
a lot of farm equipment and
police.
if there's, cause everybody's in the park and then that's way over here, if you wanna get some of that equipment up on the court, the concrete, and that might draw 'em to
I
it.
do have a pretty big banner that,
We're
we
gonna
had
put
made
up.
that we're gonna put kind of in that area. And then we will have the DJ MC will keep announcing that throughout the day. But we're hoping that they'll be able to start to see that, or, you know, cause about that time, all the kids' stuff is kinda done, cause you guys are done and we only have about an hour left of the face painter, but the balloon guys are done and inflatables are down, so we'll kinda help try and spread the word. But if she's got some little stuff that wouldn't like harm the concrete, cause we don't wanna put equipment up on your concrete.
I think you can harm that.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And Heather's
And we have
really
the
good at knowing where it
beanbag
goes.
tournament going on that west field, so like we're really utilizing a lot of the park this year.
What, how late does that go?
Till it's done. It
Depends
we
on how
have
many
teams
teams.
we get.
Fireworks guys,
I was
you'll
gonna
be
say, fireworks
setting
guys
up
are
at like
set
5 o'clock.
On the west field or the east field?
The Westfield will be better
Okay.
for shooting them off.
Well, at that time, if we have to move, we can put them on the cement because the pedal pull will be done and we can just shift them over.
And that'll be a matter of just grabbing the husbands and saying, grab the
Grab
beanbag
the boards
boards
and
and
move.
let's go.
And then the other thing is that gate going into the field, there's that gate coming from the west.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have some cones in front of that, we'll
Yep.
try and keep that open so
Yes.
that, like, when the fireworks guy gets there, he can just
Yep.
drive in there.
Yep.
So.
No, that sounds good.
Well, shit, how's he gonna get down there? He's gonna have to come in from, we're gonna have to move the barricade on the gravel road, coming in from out of town, let him sneak in that way. Cause how else is he gonna get in?
Can you call before he gets here?
Yeah, 'cause it goes till 7. You wouldn't know if
He's
his
gonna be
backup
there at
was on.
5.
Before 7, he'll be there, so we'll have to contact him and just have him come in from the south on the gravel.
Yeah, but if we have vehicles going all the way down that tree line there,
But they won't be past the tree line, will they?
I don't know, I mean, I have to
Yeah,
see
I
all
don't
these
know.
vehicles.
She said that would be enough room, or she probably wouldn't need quite that much room is how she put it, but she needed a lot more than we were allotting her. So she does plan
But I
on
wonder
putting
if
some
we
of them
would put
down
them
there.
at like angles like this, you know,
Some of them, if they'd be able to put it
Put
in
an
angle,
angle.
cause some might be just too big.
Where,
He won't need much room, I mean, it's just a pickup in a little trailer, so if he can-
Where-
if he
I
can
will
kinda
Where
have
is
the
he
shoulder
coming in
to
at?
get
yep, I will leave a spot.
He just needs to get into the ball field.
On the west
Instead of
field.
Fireworks.
I forgot about that.
The little
That's where
field.
we have the touch a truck. We'll
I
get him
think,
in.
I think if we just leave a little path like right by that
Mhm.
tree line, he'll be able to get in there.
Right, we could have them maybe park further to the south
South
side of
He
the
won't
gravel
need much
road.
room, so he'll be able
Yeah.
to sneak through there, we'll just have
Okay.
to be careful when he comes there, you know, cause there's gonna be a lot of kids around there, so.
Yeah, but if we know he's coming, then we can just move that barricade and let him through.
Yeah,
Direct
we
him.
can help direct him in there, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys are okay with us shutting down that road, then that was kind of our, wanted to get approval for that.
Yeah.
And then did you have-
Oh, and then the people that contacted you, the house.
Oh,
How
yeah.
big is that?
smoke
How
out.
big is
It's
that?
like 18 by 36 or something area he said he needed.
So do you think he can go right there?
We're running out of room in the park to put these things.
Well, that's a good thing though.
It's a
You're
great,
right
yeah,
there. You're
it
walking on
is,
the
it really
sidewalk to the
is, but
pool,
yeah,
like,
so
right
now we're
there
at
in
that
between
point, we
those
have to, I have to
trees.
get, she's
He
the
said
coordinator
16
of the
by
park,
32.
so have to ask her
So,
for
I mean,
every
that's
time, where are we
plenty of
putting
room
these
there.
guys?
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
He can go there?
Yep.
Cause then I thought if they can't, they can go there.
Yeah.
So right across the other side of the sidewalk.
No, I think that spot.
Cause this
is
would be
there.
right here and then you guys are way over here.
I think
That
would
work?
be
Cause
plenty
there's
of room.
nothing else over in there besides you guys on that north side.
We'll do that.
So that
He's
works?
supposed to be
Yeah.
coming this week to take a look at everything, so. I'll have a
Yeah, I just
conversation
point
with
him into those kinda areas, cause we have nothing there.
So he's just fine.
That's all I have for country days, then I got baseball.
Okay, well then, I'm gonna go ahead and
Do
sneak
you
out.
need, is there, what do you need for cones or anything for other than the, just shut the roads off? Need anything else anywhere?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, I think we were pretty well covered.
And you'll put the picnic tables
Oh.
out? Nah,
You need,
The
do you need
cones-
any picnic tables in the shelter or you want them all out again?
No.
I think I would leave, don't you think you'd leave like
Yeah,
two
so
in there
we
maybe?
now have a class of 2000 is gonna have a little bit of a
Reunion.
reunion And I did tell them that they could use the east side of the shelter house, but I wanted to leave the west side open because some of the families go in there instead, especially when it's hot, if they've got little kids and
Leave
things
some of the
like that.
tables
So
in
I
there
would go
and-
ahead and leave some. You don't have to, definitely don't leave as many, but, because most people do like to sit outside. But, yeah, just kind of,
Yeah,
it'll
otherwise,
work.
no, we're
If
good.
not, they'll pick it up and move it. They do that. So, yeah, and I can't, the only other cones that we would need is Thursday night, we're going to actually block off that parking by the basketball courts there. So we need
Yeah.
cones for those, because we've got caution tape. We just need cones for that, so people don't park there in the morning beforehand. So, does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
we'll probably
we'll
be bugging you.
be in the park Thursday night.
Yes.
And then I'm planning on blocking off that stretch kind of to the, by the pool there, that where we park all the fire trucks.
Okay.
So I'll have cones up there with fire tape on it, so nobody parks
And then
there.
don't forget a cone in the baseball diamond where you want the rescue truck to be for fireworks.
yeah.
So make sure you do that early on that corner. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday morning.
Yeah. So I think that's, otherwise we're good to
She's
go.
switching committees, and I think I'm done, so thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You.
Thank you for all your work.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
You can just leave the door open.
Okay.
Well, you might as well continue.
I know. So the Tri-Valley Baseball is winding down. We had a really good season minus some rain here and there. I don't know how well the concession stand does in the little field, but I do still think it's awesome that there is one there. Talking, if you can get me hours of what you guys paid for those kids to chalk all the fields all summer, then Tri-Valley will cut you the check for half the cost.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that happened last year or not, but I just wanna make sure that it does get, so we appreciate hiring the kids to do that, and we still wanna pay our half of it
I'm not going to you said you couldn't pay the other half for
for Legion.
Yep.
So, I don't know if you want me to break it down, cause I know all the games that were played there, and which is Legion, which is Tri-Valley Baseball, but I just wanna make sure we pay you guys for that, cause again, I know that's a pretty good fee, so, but it helps out tremendously.
No, yeah, it's easy for you to just count the games. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just, those kids get an hour.
Yep,
of chalking.
and then I can break it down, so like if Mike wants to pay his half, then he'll know how many Legion games there were.
Just try
If
the
you-
baseball one, an
If you
actual.
get them numbers, let us know that, I mean, I know the numbers, but if I counted them, it's just so everybody knows how many games we actually played on them fields.
Yeah.
They were busy, like
On the-
there was
yeah,
games
we-
every night.
Well, we had games every single night, Monday through Thursday, on the little fields. And I would say we had at least 3 games on the big field weekly. Some nights were double headers too.
It was awesome. I mean, like I said, it's easier to maintain a field when they use it every day, cause we have to
Yeah.
drag it.
Yeah.
When they only use it once a week, it's harder to keep the weeds out of it and everything else, so it's just.
I think
Tri-Valley.
we've gotten good at dragging. For the
Tri-Valley
Sunday
one an
games.
invoice.
Yeah, I mean, if you could get me an invoice once I get the numbers. I just wanna make sure that we pay, cause I don't think we did that last year, but I don't think the numbers were ever. Well, I mean, I give you your numbers, you guys are hiring the people out.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to help out, cause I just feel like I appreciate it, so I really wanna make sure that we pay our dues as well.
Absolutely. No. Okay.
But otherwise, I don't think we have very many games left. I know that we just put a regional game for VFW for our 14U next Thursday with a possible doubleheader, so it's nice that we have a region game here this year. We don't have one. So yeah, otherwise, is there anything else with baseball? I mean, I don't think there's any issues.
Well, I do know one thing is probably we need to look at is getting another batter's box stamp.
Oh, for the batting cage?
Yeah, for up at the other fields, because you always have to
Drag it back and forth.
drag it back and forth, and one of these times it's just gonna get left out or ruined or.
Oh, to do the chalking.
For the chalking.
So we have the 2 chalkers, we just don't have the batting cage or
Aluminum.
the batter box plate, whatever you call it.
Template.
The template, yeah. But, yeah, so I
will get you those numbers, probably next week, just cause I'm really busy this week.
Okay. Anybody got questions for Tri Valley Baseball?
Thank you, Heather, for
Yeah.
everything that
Yes,
you do.
thank
I
you.
know it is busy.
It is.
Keeping track of that schedule's hard.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then when they have a rain out in tournaments in other towns, and
It works out.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's all
Okay.
that's all I got.
Thank you.
You know that. It already comes out once. Yes.
You wanna get ahold of Dewey and move on? Or if you're gonna-
he's busy now. He's actually playing in Parker.
Okay, so we'll just give him another time.
Yep, and we'll get him hooked up with Colton Friends of Baseball.
Yep, sounds great.
Weston, do you have a lot?
Do I have a lot? Depends, yeah. I think there's some decisions that'll have to be made.
Okay. Can we take 5 minutes to call the gal with SD Fit so she can give you guys an overview?
Oh, what that is, yeah. Okay, you okay with that, Wes?
I'm fine.
Okay.
She said it would just take 5 minutes.
I'll go with whatever.
You're taking
I'm
that seat
here
anyways.
I'm here
so-
all night. I'm here.
Did you take your bed
Maybe,
with you?
we'll see.
We have an Airbnb across the street, so.
I think I can handle a 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
This is Angie.
Hi Angie, you're on speakerphone for the Colton City Council.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you for making that.
Alright.
So can you kind of tell us a little bit about FIT, or?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Angie Stillwell. And yeah, I can just kind of go over a brief overview of FIT and kind of give you a little bit of background on the fund and myself. So the FIT program was actually started back in 1991 by the cities of Burke, Lead, and Sioux Falls. It's available to all public agencies like cities, townships, special districts, like water and fire, school districts, and counties within the state of South Dakota. Today we have 239 participants in the FIT program. So the fund is governed by a board of trustees. We have 8 board members from around the state, and the board has selected PMA to serve as the fund's administrator and investment advisor. So I actually work for PMA, and I've been with that firm for 25 years. Shayla Koss would be another contact for the city, and she works for PMA as well. She was the finance officer at the city of Miller for 11 years. So the two of us would kind of be the main day-to-day contacts for any questions or investments or transfers. But moving into kind of how the fund works, what happens to your investments, and how your dollars are protected. So we know when dealing with public dollars, safety is kind of the top priority, and our goals for the fund are safety first, then liquidity, and then yield. So there are 2 main ways to invest with FIT. So we have a money market, and then we also have some fixed rate investments. With the money market, your investment is pooled into an overall fund and invested into state statute allowable investments, such as bank products, CDs, treasuries, and other government agencies. And one of the common questions I get is about FDIC insurance, but that only applies to banks, and the fund is not a bank. So the fund itself is not FDIC insured, but any CDs that are purchased by the fund would be FDIC insured on that first $250,000 and then collateralized on any amounts after that. So with the other investments within the fund, like the treasuries or government agencies, that investment itself is the collateral because the fund owns those investments, and then you would own a share of the fund. So the money market today is $3.96. And that rate can change a little bit each day, kind of depending on the market conditions and the rates on those underlying investments that are being purchased within the fund. In addition to the money market, like I mentioned, we do have individual fixed rate investments such as CDs, treasuries, agencies, and the main difference between those investments would be that they are locked in at a fixed rate for a fixed amount of time. And it sounds like you purchased CDs in the past, so you're probably aware of how that works, that your funds are locked up until a set maturity date. We also do have a minimum of $100,000 for most of our fixed rate investments. With the money market, however, there's no minimum amount or time frame, so you can literally invest $1 for 1 day. There's also no notice needed to access your funds. So you can set up a wire or ACH 24 hours a day online on our website or by reaching out to me through a phone call or email. We do have a couple of time deadlines just to be aware of. Our same-day wires would need to be entered by 10 a.m. and ACHs would be 3 p.m. for the next day settlement. We don't have any limits on the amount of transfers you can do. It's unlimited every month. And there's no fees for any wires or ACHs on our end. There's also no account maintenance fees, so the rate that you receive is already net of any of those fees. As I mentioned, we have an online site where you can access your accounts and statements, and that access is protected with a security code. So anytime you log in, a code would either be sent to an authenticator app or texted to you just kind of as an added safety step. And we also take some extra steps on our end. Anytime you send in any type of account request, we call back with a phone call verification just to make sure that it's a legit request from you. So I know there might be questions. I'll wrap up just with saying that the next step is we decide to move forward. There's some paperwork that Michaela would need to fill out, and then the council would need to approve a resolution. So it's a pretty simple process. If there's any specific questions I can go over, I can do that now.
Yeah. Anybody got any questions? So is the fixed rate and the money market rate different? I mean.
Yes. Yep. The money market rate today is a 396, and it can change a little bit each day. It won't usually change too drastically unless, of course, there's something drastic happening in the market, if the Fed cuts rates or something like that. And the fixed rate will really vary depending on the type of investment you're looking at and the length of the investment. Right now we're in a kind of strange market. The yield curve is actually inverted, meaning if you buy a 6-month investment, it's likely going to have a higher rate than a 12-month investment. And that's just because the Fed is most likely going to cut rates 1 or 2 times yet this year. They've been saying that for a while now, and it keeps getting pushed back, but that's still what the market is pricing in to happen.
So what's today's value, I guess, on the fixed rate? Am I following right? Is that the 396 with the fixed rate also today?
No, that is the 396 is the money market. Let's see, I actually had I can pull up what I.
Looks like a 12-month fixed rate.
Okay, 12
whatever. What's the
Let me
highest?
look here.
She said 6.
Yes, right now 6 is the highest, but I mean.
So it looks like today, 12-month was a 395 at 12 months, and at 6 months, it was a 412. So quite a bit higher on the 6-month side.
Okay. No, I guess, do you have any guidance or anything that you would recommend on us investing with this?
Well, it kind of, it'll depend on a few things. If the city has an investment policy, we would review that first, and a lot of times they just say we'll follow a state statute, but sometimes some cities and some schools have adopted more specific investment policies. We want to make sure that we're within that. And then it really kind of depends on the city's cash flow. Do you have the ability to lock up your funds for 6 months, for 12 months? With the strange market right now with the inverted yield curve, we're kind of recommending maybe a little bit of both. You know, do a little bit on the short end to kind of take advantage of some of those higher rates, but then lock something in a little bit longer in case the cuts really do happen. Then at least you're locked in at that longer rate. So it would really depend on your specific cash flow and whether or not you can actually lock it up for that long.
Yeah, we just got out of a 2-year CD, which we did
Okay.
500,000 in a 2 years. So we'd probably be looking at somewhere maybe right around there again, at least.
Okay.
So, okay, well, we'll have some discussion, and you guys have any other questions or no? No. Well, we appreciate your time.
Oh, no problem. And just reach out if you think of anything else as the discussion goes on tonight.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yep. Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye. Okay. We can move back down to that later here. We'll just get this go back down the list here. The curb on 3rd and Park. So, kind of the backstory about this. Pete and I went up there and looked at it, and the water is, we have heavy rain going over the curb, and it's kind of settling in there. But previous homeowners took out a retaining wall there that was at one time. Well, now it's kind of settling, and this current homeowner is asking the city to do something about it or come up with a solution.
Is there pictures in the packet? Or?
I got a picture
No,
right
there
here.
isn't.
Here you go. But we got to kind of be somewhat concerned of what we do, because it wasn't truly a city problem until the previous homeowner took out the retaining wall. Now it's turning into,
The bank is sloughing.
yeah. So.
And then what was it that was done like 5 years ago? There was some kind of work
Is-
in that area.
The retaining wall was taken out.
Yeah, the retaining wall and the homeowner, there was no work on our end.
Oh.
I was gonna pass them around.
Okay.
Currently, what happens is the water's overtopping the curb, running down behind her house under concrete, and then she's got 2 sump pumps that is pumping the water back out to the street. What's currently happening.
Is that 7 1/4 inch drop? Is that what the road does too? Or is that portion falling too?
That portion's
sinking
fine,
in.
it's just that's what we have for the drop around the radius.
Yeah, and that's probably for water. Yeah.
That block's pretty flat. I mean, if you look at that one picture with the cones on each end, they're at the same elevation. So the elevation from one end to about 3/4 way down the block is the same. So it's flat. So from there to
here
that
to
cone way
here?
down there, it's the same.
That's
The
a 1/4
same
inch.
elevation. So that 1/4 inch is below, so it's actually a 1/4 inch below what the radius is. But it's because that bank is sloughing and that's causing that curb to drop. So putting a new curb in there right now is probably not gonna fix it long term, it's just gonna do the same thing.
Drop again.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
If you see that concrete in that curb, some of that's brand new, we just had that replaced. Cole Amundsen did that, what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So do we,
And it's worse than what it was when he did it the first time.
do we recommend the homeowner put a retaining wall on?
Is that gonna solve the issue?
Well, then we can fix it after that. This one.
You've already looked at this.
Jared and I stopped over there.
Discussed it.
What are your thoughts on that, Weston?
Yeah, what's a good solution here, I guess?
Without taking ownership of this.
Well, and And that's where my problem comes in, because if the city comes in and fixes it, every person that has an issue at the curb is gonna be here saying, well, you fix their curb, why aren't you fixing ours? Because curb and sidewalk fall on the homeowner.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it does.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest concerns with going in and fixing it, because then you're gonna have everybody else coming in and saying, well, my curb's broke, and it's me pointing fingers. And I know my neighbor has said before that the past superintendent has hit his curb with the payloader and cracked it, and eventually it's going to come down to, well, mine is settled, why aren't you fixing mine?
Yeah.
I mean, do I feel bad that it's happening? Of course. I don't want to see it happen, but
It's not.
I mean, ultimately I think the city would have to fix it, but it'd get billed to the homeowner.
Yeah.
It's typically how that works, but I don't,
But then to do it correctly, we have to go and put a retaining wall and all that in there. Would
Or-
you recommend that, Weston?
or more
Well,
backfill.
Jared and I kind of looked at it, and just to maybe start, with the project that's going to be taking place out here on Sherman and Fourth, we'll have some surveyors in town, and really it doesn't take much effort to run over there and just survey it to get some elevations. And Jarrett got some elevations already, but we could grab some center line of the road elevations, because it looks like the water is coming from the north, of course, on the hill, and it's overtopping the roadway, like Jarrett's saying. And then when it sits in ponds in that curb and gutter, the curb and gutter's tipped so far back that it doesn't hold anything, and so it just spills out onto into their backyard. And so maybe instead of that retaining wall, it's still going to spill out, and that retaining wall might just divert it, wherever left and right, but it's still got to go downhill.
Well, that's what I'm saying about, we can't fix that curb until there's something fixed. It's just gonna keep moving down, so, and we go and fix the curb what it should be, 10 years from now, it's probably gonna settle back down again.
Yeah, we kind of looked, maybe there's a solution to where we wouldn't have to do work at the curb right there. It'd still be flat and it would still hold water, but if we could find a way to get that water redirected so it doesn't go through their backyard, keep it on the street and just send it downstream. With
Well, that would be
not
actually,
not sending it to create another problem. Well, that's one thing that we got to be cautious of.
that would be a better solution for the city, saying, hey,
So you're saying
We're
it
not
comes
fixing-
down and it overtakes
fixing
this
the
here,
water
this
solution.
crown
like,
spills
the water
over,
is coming down, but we're not gonna fix
comes
the
to
curb.
this point and stops.
We don't know if this will work or not until we get some more elevation shot, but if we can put a valley gutter across the park on the east side and
That's,
try and
was
bring
just
some of
gonna
that
say,
water from the north just straight
is
across
it
and keep it
possible
on
to
park instead of making it
put
turn.
that gutter in there
go
to
on
try
the
and get
third
this
and
water
then
to
it
keep
just
going?
turns.
That would make more sense.
Yeah,
But
To the
until we
south?
get some
that's kind of what we
elevations to
talked
see if
about, because it
that's even possible.
wraps the corner
I
so
don't
hard
think we
here
could do
Yeah.
anything
that
right
once it
now.
gets caught here,
Yep.
Where do
since
their
this is
sump
lower
pumps
than
push
that,
the water
it comes
to?
over the
Out
road
to the street,
and
but
sits
it
here and
goes
it's got
out
to
of
build
To
up
the
here
west
so
though?
we can get
Yeah,
back
to the
around
west.
that corner
Oh,
to go
okay.
south.
It doesn't
Yeah.
come back on them.
Good.
We just keep it away from
But the
How
other
is
thing
that?
they gotta understand, when I was a kid, I lived right across
So,
the street from that place, we used to pull our
it's
little
coming
down
down
road across
the street
and go
and it's
paddling in the
wrapping
lot.
this corner, but
That
then
much water
it's such a
evaporates.
rush of water, it spills over,
It's just
comes
the
across,
natural
and it gets
drainage
trapped
of
here.
everything, you know?
So if we did
That's
like
just
he
Mother
was just
Nature.
talking, a valley gutter from here to try and help that influx of water go straight across, keep heading south instead of turning the corner. Back to
Keep it
the
going
east.
south out of
'Cause
park.
that's park right
Yes.
up on top, right?
Yes, yep, so this is
That's park.
Yep,
Okay.
this would be north, that would be south, and this is east.
Okay.
He's facing west, so try to keep it and get that water to just keep going down.
There's not a lot of street water that's coming down from the north, but there still is a lot on that hillside coming through the yards and driveways and everything else from the north side of the road. So that's getting caught in there as well, and just can't climb up into the intersection and get out. So the only way it can go is over top the roadway to that low sag, on the south side of the road, and then over the curb and gutter and in their backyard.
Alright, well, we'll gather some more information on that then.
Yep.
And just kinda tell them that's what we're kinda working on. Yep. Okay. Moving on to Banner Associates, Weston, monthly engineer report.
Run through this, I'll just run through the report, quick, and then there's a few items that, we'll need some action on from the council or decisions made from the council. So on general engineering, I've just got a few items listed there. The east development, there's just been no action on that recently here. Infrastructure improvements plan, of course, the council approved that last meeting, and so we're gonna begin preparing preliminary figures, cost estimates, start the work on the IIP. The 4th Street roadway and utility work, and this includes the sanitary sewer project. So we do have a pre-construction meeting scheduled for tomorrow on the sanitary sewer project. So Underground Connections is the contractor on the project. They'll be giving us a more definite schedule tomorrow, but they were anticipating starting next week. So we'll know kind of what day they'll be starting removals. I was thinking about a way to maybe, put that out to the public when they start. We'd probably have to post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
We can do post on Facebook and then we can send a text out.
So 4th Street won't be completely shut down. Sherman's going to be kind of limited access. It'd be kind of nice if we could use that for just construction traffic, some staging. And then on 4th, there'd be cones set up along that cut edge of pavement. So it would be narrowed up. We don't have lanes, separated. We're assuming that traffic can kind of, probably go back and forth, and there can be, two-way traffic on that other side of the roadway.
Will the mail truck be able to still get in the south side of the post office on Sherman?
So there will have to be some temporary type of access to be able to allow them to get up over that curb and back up. I don't think that's going to be a big issue, Jarrett. We're not encroaching too far to the south, I don't believe. Or do you think we'd have to ramp them up and over the curb?
We'll probably have to do something there because when we get into that manhole, that's going to be pretty wide there.
Yep.
But we'll have to leave them a temp access on the west side of the Sherman to get back in there.
And it will be a fairly short duration. And the only work that they're doing is putting in sanitary sewer. So we'll see what their schedule looks like, but it's probably a couple of weeks of true utility work. There's still some reconstruction of the roadway that has to happen though.
We'll note that tomorrow at our kickoff meeting that we're going to have to keep some access to the south side of the post office for the mail truck to get in there.
When were they wanting to start? Anticipate? Oh, July 21st. I see. Keep
So I don't have any other updates on that, Jarrett, unless you can think of anything regarding the project.
Temporary surface. Do you want to talk about that right now?
Yeah, I think that'd be good. So we had planned, since we had the 4th Street project in mind, and that this was going to happen concurrently in the same year, we had planned on doing a temporary surfacing for this project, and then the 4th Street project would come through and they would do the final surfacing. Well, since that's not going to be the case, and that project will take place next year, we're left with temporary surface that was in the bid. We could, and Jarrett's done some discussion with Double H, right, Jarrett?
Yeah.
So Jarrett had talked to Double H about providing a proposal to put an asphalt mat down. So this would just be a temporary 2-inch thick mat. And they did provide Jarrett with a proposal number. I think they...
It is $20,912.40 to do a 2-inch mat, just a temporary service.
What was that last square feet?
It is $20,912.40. That's about $148 a ton, which Weston kinda ran the numbers and that's a pretty fair price.
So if we don't do that, what will it be there? Like gravel,
Just
or what do
be
you mean by
gravel.
temporary?
Yeah, it'd be gravel. It'd be gravel. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to maintain in the fall. It'll be probably fine over the winter, but in the spring, that's when it's gonna be the worst. Because when frost comes out, that gravel's not gonna hold up very well.
Especially with a fresh
Trench.
trench. I mean, it's gonna be soft.
Yep.
It's gonna be peak cleaning it out of the road.
Well, it'll probably get pushed down the road when we're hauling snow, pushing
And
it.
that's just from Sherman
From
to,
the manholes
Forest.
in the half block,
yeah,
to
to,
the manhole on 4th Street, and then
Okay.
to the manhole by the bank. At,
all that whole section will be,
be the whole thing, the L.
that's a lot.
It'd be like a block and a half, I guess, a long block and a half.
And there would be a little bit of savings on the gravel. We'd have a couple inches of gravel that we would put down, but I mean that's gonna be a couple $1,000.
So it comes down to, are we okay with just having the gravel trench all winter, spring, until we do this project out here? Or do you wanna put a 2-inch mat down just to kinda temp it back until we tear it back out again when we do the big 4th Street project?
I think we're gonna have if it wasn't our main, one of our main streets.
Is it the
Yeah, but you don't,
south
I mean,
side
you don't
and
know,
the
what if we
west
get a
side
crap
that
ton
would
of
be-
snow? One of these years we are
Oh, yeah.
gonna get hit.
Well, that's what I mean.
And
So
it's just, what a mess.
It'd be that's what I'm
So-
saying, Pete's gonna be
You
cleaning
lose
it out of the
parking.
roads. If
Yeah.
it was our side street, it'd be like, let's just
essentially
leave it gravel.
all
but-
the way down, so. the
So-
funeral home
Yeah, I don't,
Here's a question here,
alleys,
right out here. We're not tearing this back up, are we?
Nope.
So I mean, this could get completely capped.
We could do that, yes, from the,
You know, instead of just throwing a 2-inch mat down, wasting, you know, tearing that back up to relay.
we could do full depth on that.
You could do full depth on this. I mean, completely finish this all the way up until wherever that project would be for the sidewalks. You know, stop. I mean, that little bit of asphalt that they would cut out of there wouldn't be much.
Yeah, there'd be a little bit of waste, a little bit of transition, but we're already talking about some waste if we do it.
Yeah.
It's all temporary surface.
I mean, there'd be a lot less waste
Yeah.
if we do this completely.
Mhm.
Which then some of that money could come off of the 4th Street project theoretically.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. That would be if that was rebuilt, final surfacing done, then the contractor on the 4th Street project wouldn't have to go that far south for their limits. That would leave that open for parking or whatever else would be necessary over there. So there is some benefit to doing that.
And then are we going up Sherman at all or just to that corner
Just to the manhole in the middle of the street.
on 4th?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll be headed west, so we won't
Yep.
be going any farther north on this project. Next year, we'll be doing some work on Sherman.
Okay. I wonder what the difference in cost would be for them to put in what is a typical mat in town, 4 inches. You know, add another 2 inches on this stretch.
So would that just be like a double quote, basically?
No, because you have to figure out your tonnage, how much tons what it would take to go from here to there and take it times what that 198,
148.
148,
Yep.
which you just add probably to this. What's that?
Probably be over 30,000 probably then for everything. And you
I guess, yeah.
figure out a half a block, whatever, compared to a whole block or whatever.
Yeah.
And that money will be spent either way, because it's, you know, we've got some similar pots of money that are part of this project that are then getting, used in this other project as well. So
I'm
yeah,
If that is an option, I do like the idea of getting it done.
cause this is the half block, right?
And if we're gonna do this half block, a 2-inch temp mat, we just will do the 4-inch and be done with it, because there's no reason to tear 2 inches out to put 4 inches back in.
Yeah, that doesn't make
That
sense.
don't,
Mm-mm.
you're just wasting your
Waste
money
of
there.
money.
So I mean, with this only being a half block, I mean, you're looking whatever 21,000 divided by 7,000 for probably add another 7,000 at that additional 2-inch
I think it needs to be put back in.
complete.
Complete.
I agree with that.
And we have that option. I mean, we know that we
regardless.
have that option. For what, I mean, with them, what they're doing.
well, double H. So with the contractor that's doing the work out here, they'll leave that however necessary, because we had said that we want you to build this back, so all we have to do is scrape the gravel off and pave it. So right now, they're just not going to put that top 4 inches of gravel on that they would have otherwise.
So you
So
can
they'll
save
do-
that, you
yeah.
can save that money.
Yeah, you'll save
Yeah.
4 inches of gravel
Yeah.
money, and then we'll save, if we do decide to go with, asphalt here for this area, we'll save that waste that would have been there.
Yeah,
They'll prep Sherman at 4 inches, so
Mhm.
that we can just come in and lay a 4-inch mat, two 2-inch mats, and then from the 4th Street at the intersection here, they'll just prep it for 2 inches. We just put one mat in, just a temp mat, basically.
Yep.
I think we go that route.
No, I agree, because I mean, you leave the gravel, that's the funeral home. There's no parking there besides across the street, and people would have to tromp through God knows what in the springtime to get to the funeral home, and
Well,
then half
then-
of the post office parking lot is gone, Howie's, etc.
Well, then just the traffic coming down is gonna, they'll take that gravel or
Yeah.
mush it around and take it 3 blocks that way.
Do we need a motion on this? Trevor? Is this something we vote on now,
I would
or
say we would have to have a motion probably.
because this is going to be outside the scope?
It is, we do have to talk to DNR and just make sure that they'll be accepting of that, because it's not bid. That from double H, that's not
That's
a
what I
bid
was
price.
wondering.
That's probably going to come out of our own.
So then we'd have to pay for it ourselves.
Yeah, essentially, it's not going to be part of the funding package.
We can talk with them, because there's some things that the city can do that's necessary for the project, even though it's not bid. If it's underneath a certain amount or a certain dollar value,
Okay.
then they'll accept that. So I think tonight the action is, does the city want to move forward with that, with doing a temporary surfacing and final surfacing Sherman. I don't know if it's contingent upon DNR funding it, but there has to be, some understanding that we're going to talk to DNR. If they're approving of it, then Jarrett can accept the quote, or inform Double H that the city's accepted the quote.
Yeah, we probably need a different quote just to add,
Yeah,
get
they'll-
that up to
they'll
date,
have to
but
update their quantities so they know how much to bring or whatever.
yeah.
So,
Well, then let's just go with, does council make a motion to approve to go to a hard surface?
I'll make a motion.
Motion from Tyler,
I'll second it.
second from Larry. All those in favor say aye.
Right.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay.
We'll move on to the 4th Street roadway project. So we had a kickoff meeting with the DOT, and that would have been as part of the sidewalk portion of the project. The roadway portion of the project, we've gotten that to close to 90% completed on design. The sidewalk portion of the project, our target date for 60% design is August 15th, and we're on track to complete that or meet that milestone date. Michaela had just sent out questionnaires to all the property owners, and so I believe she's been getting some of those back. I don't know what that rate has been, if there's been
We've gotten quite a few.
Okay. Now, after getting the questionnaires, we're gonna review the questionnaires. That, the information in the questionnaires is, you know, how do they need to access their business? Do they have an alternate access to their business? What are their business hours? And how do they operate their property? So we know. Towards the end of the month or beginning of August, Jarrett and Alex Welbig are gonna go talk with each property owner and inform them of what work's gonna be performed in front of their property. And then they can give input at that time and kind of give us some more information on, you know, whatever I guess they had written down on their questionnaire. So that's gonna be taking place here at the end of the month. And once we're able to submit our 60% plans to the DOT, they'll make their review at the end of August and provide their comments, and then we'll be able to move towards final design. And at that time, probably around that September timeframe, we can talk about the final design on the project. And so we'll, you know, come in, talk about it at you know, city meeting. I didn't have this written in there. We are planning to do a public meeting. That public meeting is planned between the 60% and 90% design. We're anticipating we do that public meeting at Teope Hall.
Okay.
It's going to be more of an informational meeting. There'll be some information that's put out there, and then it'll also be an open house type of format. So, you know, my thought is we'd have some project boards up, whoever from the public could come and they could ask questions. Because they're probably gonna have questions if they get deliveries, how are they gonna get their deliveries? Anything that may not have been covered during the property owner meetings.
When are we looking to do that? Have a date in mind
For
the public meeting?
It will be likely between September and October.
Do you wanna do, we do the owner meetings? When you go do the owner, talk to, you let me know. Corey Price wants to be there on the bank side. David Johnson wants him there, I guess.
Yep.
So if you wanna contact Corey or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get with him too, so that he comes.
Now there are a few things that we think we've covered briefly in previous council meetings. I've got it here. I'll hand this out. I've got a couple of figures here. If you want to pass them down, Tyler, I'll let you do the same, Larry. And I've got another one. I don't know how many I printed out. There's another one. So you can take that one, Larry. You can go first. So, item number one for discussion. You know, and we had talked about this. I'll maybe have you just flip to that 11 by 17 page, and we can talk about budget here too. Item number one, that would be the sidewalk on the north side of the roadway between Dakota and Minnesota Avenue. We had talked, there is currently, that's just an exposed face or thickened edge sidewalk, so there's no curb and gutter there. Since we're replacing the street, and we propose to put a curb and gutter on that north side of the street.
Are we
for drainage.
replacing that far back?
Mm-hmm. The water main would be in that north lane of the roadway. So we'll be disturbing the asphalt all the way up to that thickened edge sidewalk.
Sorry, I was looking at 2, not 1. Okay, yes, I see where you're at.
So since we're removing that asphalt all the way up to the thickened edge sidewalk, we'd like to, for the drainage and to make that drainage work adequately there, we'd like to put curb and gutter in. If we put curb and gutter in right up against that existing sidewalk, we're gonna have to have some transition piece between that sidewalk and the curb and gutter. With that, it's likely not gonna work out that sidewalk drains out to the street everywhere, because we're gonna have the profile that we want for the drainage on the curb and gutter, and the sidewalk's gonna be going up and down however it is existing. And so there's a potential to trap water behind that curb and gutter, and also to have really a not very, I guess, smooth transition between that curb and gutter and sidewalk. So if we put the curb and gutter in, likely the sidewalk needs to be replaced. The only other option, if we still want to put curb and gutter in, would be to create a boulevard. So we push that curb and gutter to the south, and we'd have a grass boulevard in between the sidewalk and the curb and gutter. And that's about a $20,000 adder under the project to do the sidewalk.
I don't think we're gonna.
So we're already doing the curb and gutter, but the sidewalk that's there poses a challenge for drainage, etc. So the 20,000 is just for the sidewalk.
The 20,000's you have to remove the existing sidewalk, put a new base down, which is just a gravel cushion.
Yep.
And then pour the new sidewalk. Mhm.
I don't think we wanna do a boulevard.
No, we definitely don't wanna do a boulevard.
No.
Because there's parking. Cause people park there already.
Yes.
This is an item that's eligible underneath the TAP program. So talking with Logan Gran is the coordinator's name, and she had approved allowing this to be an eligible expense on the project. Again, that cap is still on their end $600,000. So she said it's eligible, but I mean, if the final prices come in at $620,000, then we're paying $20,000 for that sidewalk.
And you need to know tonight.
On that one, as long as we're confident that we're going to do the curb and gutter, then I wouldn't need to know tonight. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I honestly, it is a design. It is something that the design, I guess, revolves around, and we need to have a pretty definite answer. Because to move to 60% design, if that changes, then we have rework between 60 and 90%.
Do you know? She said the cap was 600. Do you know what? Did anybody remember what we're at right now?
So if on that first page, if you look at that, that was from our public open house. I think town hall. I think they called it town hall. That was from our town hall, and we did put together a 60% estimate, and we're very close to the numbers that were provided in that at that town hall.
So there isn't much for adders to be covered.
139,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're close. There's maybe 100,000, maybe a little bit more in the budget. And again, this depends on what we get for contractor bids.
Yeah.
And the bidding environment is good right now. I would say
That's very good.
the rate on an item with this sidewalk, we want to make sure that this drains.
Yeah.
So we want to have curb and gutter in it. And if we're going to put curb and gutter in, that sidewalk is going to have to go. I mean, I'll kind of put it that way. That $20,000 adder is almost, it's necessary if we want curb and gutter on the north side.
Because then I'm just looking at this number 3 then too, right on the opposite side, and
Mm-hmm.
that one definitely probably should be done.
Number 2, that one there, just on Sherman,
Yeah.
that one really needs to happen. 'Cause
Yeah.
right now we've got some issues with a couple holes in the road, and the concrete that's supposed to be there is just all busted away. So.
In item 1 and then item 2, moving into that, that's a sidewalk extension on Sherman going north of 4th Street. So right now that's another one for drainage, but there's also some sidewalk tie-in issues right there too. The sidewalk in that area, there really is not an existing sidewalk. It's more of an approach or a valley gutter. And so that would be to extend that sidewalk to connect to the sidewalk at that building that'd be just north of the alleyway. So that's another item as well that, I mean, these are presented as, well, these are some options. Either, you don't have to move forward with them, but it does make that design pretty difficult, and we are gonna have some deficiencies in the design with drainage if we don't move forward with them.
So right now, this is just doing curb and gutter. The original project is curb and gutter, and then we're adding the sidewalk to this.
We'd be doing curb and gutter as well. with
And
that.
curb and, okay, so that,
Yep. So it did
so it
stop.
stops like right here.
Yep, it
correct?
had stopped just on the north side of the intersection.
Okay, so then the idea is to keep going north. Stop right there. Can tie into that other sidewalk that's there-ish.
Yep. Items 1 and 2 both are eligible to use the funding on.
Okay.
For the TAP grant. Item 3 is not. So we can go through that one as well. That way we can get them all, included in this discussion and decision.
Basically, the sidewalk where they tie in here, it basically stops and becomes a valley gutter up to here. So they want to do that to help drainage from the sidewalk that's in front of here down.
That third item, when we had talked about this a little bit, so that would be to replace the surfacing on the south side of the street, and that's mid-block between Dakota and Minnesota. And that also includes the sidewalk as well for that half a block on the east side of that block. So it's $73,000 to go up to the intersection of Minnesota. If we'd like to go through the intersection, it'd be about $100,000.
And that's just to do the surfacing and the sidewalk and curb.
That's just to do, the surfacing, sidewalk, curb. There'll be an intersection there. So you'd have your curb returns and you'd have your ped ramps.
Because this is already going to be replaced, basically. This.
Yeah, the north side will already be replaced.
All of this is getting all new asphalt, so then the south side is what we're wanting to do here.
The south side doesn't have a funding mechanism for it because it doesn't fall underneath utility, because there's no utilities underneath that surfacing. Their community access grant, I did talk to the coordinator about this specific location. It would be eligible underneath that.
So some of it could be covered. But there again, I mean, with
We don't have
all the funding, I mean, you're talking, just looking at your numbers here, 139,000 is what,
pretty tight.
yeah, and there's 152,000 just in, and that's if it can all be paid that way.
In our discussion, Jared and I had talked through this. We were of the opinion that it makes sense to do item 1 and 2, because those, if we did have to reduce the scope, we could find a way to reduce the scope with that. There is quite a bit of extra design trying to get through that south side of Minnesota and the intersection. So there's a fair amount of work right there. That one, if bids came in, we could change order that onto the project. If bids came in low
Can
or
we do an
favorably,
addendum on it?
we could. I think we'd probably wait until the bids came in, since it's just surfacing. Wait till bids came in, talk to the contractor, during the project, and see if they'd be, willing to add that on. I don't know why they wouldn't be. I mean, that would be an increase on their contract. But then we could see what the unit prices are and make a determination based off of that.
We would have a better number at bid, or once they're there.
I don't think the quantity is enough
I don't think
to
it'll affect the bid itself.
make a difference.
So this is 73, basically, would be
Mhm.
stopping here. If we did curb and gutter, around the corner here, come straight out and add all this.
because then we'd be putting, so at the 100,000, we'd be putting a ped ramp in on both sides of Minnesota, all four corners then?
Not just the three, cause there's no sidewalk on the water tower side. So you have the two on
Okay,
the south
so-
side and then the one on the Lutheran church side would be a ped ramp.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, cause there is a sidewalk here. If we stopped at Minnesota, Pete, leave this section out and just stopped right there, that cuts us down to that 73.
I mean,
And so then there's still a little bit of,
I guess we
still a little bit of money in there to,
The reason Weston and I talked about this is cause it's like our business loop here and the road is what it is, you know, so if we do the south side, it's gonna look the same as the north side.
right.
Otherwise, we're gonna have a brand new road on the north side and then an old road on the south side.
Well, I guess I'm just thinking, is it something that we can stop at Minnesota going east, and then work it into our asphalt repairs next year?
I think we should, like Weston said, if the bids come in low enough and we
Yeah.
can go through the intersection, we should do it all.
I know, I agree.
Just-
I agree with that. I'm just, and a contingency plan is,
Yeah.
hey, let's go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, why didn't we take the asphalt resurface all the way up to the edge of the project?
I don't think it was in funding, cause the water is not under it. and-
Well, none of that's funded there already. That whole project 3 isn't.
Right.
So if you look at the black lines on the north side of the street, they come further to the east.
Yeah, it goes all the way to the water tower.
Yeah.
Where the two valves are that we're gonna tie onto on 4th Street.
The community access grant was just for the 2 blocks to get through Dakota. So that was the community access grant. And the same thing with the tap. The tap only went to Dakota as well. And so when we went after the utility funding was then on the north side of the road. And the only thing that DA&R would pay for is whatever was over top of that water. So they said that's not I mean, I guess they proposed this, that's not eligible. On the south side of the road, that's not an eligible expense.
Yeah.
So that, at that time, yeah, I think, and we're going through that discussion now on, okay, does the city want to pick up that extra cost?
Well, what I'm getting at is that hole number 3 isn't covered.
Right.
But like the number 3 stops, what, 200 feet, 100 feet short of the end of the project currently.
This section here.
Yeah.
Oh, I got what you're saying.
Why did we decide to stop there and not continue to where they could square cut curb line to curb line? You know, saw blade it and peel it.
If that's what you guys want, we can square it off and do the whole thing.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm just trying to figure
It
out.
was just, I think it was me trying to get as much asphalt through the intersection, cause that's where all the turning happens.
Yep.
And then I'm like, I know that's not as important, it's still important, but, cause we don't have the funding to do it, but, you know, so we can square that, add that little corner and just square that up.
Because it probably wouldn't add much.
No, it'd be, 50 feet of curb and 50 foot of asphalt. Yeah.
We just have to see how what bids come in.
Yeah.
I mean, this is nothing that's gonna happen if bids don't come in.
Yeah, come in favorable.
Right.
But you know, to me to jog that little bit just don't make sense. It's a lot easier if you can come in and just
Cut it off straight.
cut it off straight,
Yeah.
pave up to it straight. You know, instead of trying to.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I'm all for doing both sides of the street. If you're gonna do it, do the whole street. Then it's done, and there's, no chances of it doing this like in front of my house.
Well, like I said, I think we'll just have to
Many
see
other
what those numbers come in at, but for Weston on the design phase, should we make the motion to move forward with 1 and 2? I mean, we gotta do something on definitely 1. I mean, I think that's just, that's one that just can't go by. We're not putting Boulevard in.
No.
And 2, yeah, I agree with Keith, like, that has to get resolved down there.
Well, not only that, it coming around that corner there at Sherman and 4th, just to the south of that number 2, is that all going to be a raised curb now instead of like right now it's just a valley gutter?
I don't know if we can get a full height curb there, because the drainage behind that sidewalk, it sits there. The water sits. So I would be afraid if you put a full height curb in, everything's going to be directed backwards, and we're going to trap more water.
Alleyway or something.
Yeah, that alley does, some of it drains back, but there's still a break. There's a break point that has to come back out to Sherman.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the road was coming down just a little bit there or not, you know, to do a full height curb.
Mm-hmm.
No, but there's a really big hole there.
Yeah.
Really big.
Yes.
Okay. Well, can we get a motion to move forward with items 1 and 2 for design?
I'll make a motion.
Motion from Julie. Give it a second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
I,
All those opposed, same sign.
I'm gonna jump in and just. So, that item number 3, bringing that all the way up to the west side of Minnesota. Is that something that?
The east side.
Well, I'm trying to see how much we can get here to fit within the budget.
Sure.
And at least get up to that intersection of Minnesota with the surfacing on the south side of the road.
Okay.
are these gonna come in lower than this, you think? And if they are, we could add on and maybe do this over here with the savings we have here and put it over here, right?
Yeah, we could, and I think that makes this a little bit easier to add on, you know, with that scope being a little bit smaller. You know, if that's a $50,000 scope.
So, well, there's another question to that, the 20,000 from the sanitary sewer. Were we doing all new sidewalk there? Coming down the post office on the other side here?
No.
No, we're not
Just-
close to that.
Okay, just the surfacing. Okay.
It'd just be the trench, but like a 20-foot trench.
Yeah, it just on the drawing over here, it's blocked in. That's why I wasn't sure if we were doing it.
Okay, sorry about that. I think that needs to be updated.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah, we better take a look at that, cause there is gonna be some sidewalk taken out there, cause we gotta do ADA compliant sidewalk there
Just at the corner.
at the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's showing it going all the way down past the bank's drive or the post office driveway and everything. On here, it's showing that. That's why I was wondering.
I need to update that.
I don't think it goes that far south,
Okay.
but the radius and stuff, that's all gonna come out, and there'll be pads put in there for ADA.
Yep. Which, I mean, you're talking what? There's gonna be 10 foot of waste of the new mat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing compared to half a city block of 2-inch. You know.
So where would we end it,
It's
at
just the
the
parking
north of
stall.
the
So-
alley here, like right this way?
No, this here's what I was saying. The sidewalk here.
Oh, this.
See how it's kind of squared in?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was asking.
Oh,
That
okay.
isn't in there. He thinks it just
Oh,
hasn't
okay,
been
so it's
updated.
gonna be, the sidewalk will be where it ends presently.
Yeah, it's just gonna be just the road surface here.
Oh, this won't be sidewalk what is now?
It is sidewalk now, but it's not getting replaced. It's gonna stop right at the ADA side.
Oh, right here then.
Yeah, it's gonna, the sidewalk, the new sidewalk will start there. The old sidewalk is still there.
Okay.
You'll work your magic.
Well, I honestly think, I think bids are gonna come in favorable.
Work is
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
People are looking to add to their pipeline.
It is easier, and that's the only reason why I'm maybe proposing this on the west side of Minnesota. Because it's easier to take it out, you know, if we decide, okay, we just can't pay for that. We can take that out of the project, although we're gonna have to tell those property owners that we're taking it out of the project. They might not appreciate that. But I mean, when it comes down to budget and it comes down to what the original plan was, the original plan, you know, was what is drawn here. And the project was intended for a utility project and a sidewalk project, and to reconstruct the roadway between Charles and Dakota. So. We'll move forward as drawn with item 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, and like I said, I think bids will come in favorable.
If we can get number 3 and we can make it work, then
Yeah.
they're already mobilized, they're already here. There's some ups to them.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Giving us a little bit better of a bid because they're already
yeah.
On the report, I've got item number 4. We talked about storm sewer. In the cost estimate that we have prepared, I have storm sewer included in that. So that's not an adder right now. And the reason I have storm sewer in is storm sewer is going to be necessary on the project. We're struggling to get the drainage to work without having storm sewer. So it's with that.
Right move to get it up. Maybe get how much water comes down there and get rid of it.
Yeah, and that's not in these current estimates. It is.
It's already in there. So the 60, it's not in that one specifically, but the contingency that I had in that covers the storm sewer that I've got in our 60% estimate.
Okay.
So in our estimate today, that is fairly close to that. We've got
289.
Yeah, we've got enough budget to cover storm sewer.
So that's what you got, your 60% here then.
Mm-hmm. And that storm sewer would be underneath either the TAP or the community access grant. In both programs, it said that they would cover that. Or that it'd be an ineligible expense. And then the last one, a letter of intent. So when I was talking with both coordinators with each program, they had suggested if we needed additional funding, that we would have to provide an application to request additional funding. So for the Transportation Alternatives Program, and this is where I'm trying to be budget conscious, if we had to go through and request additional funding, it would take another year. So it would delay the project by another year. So for that reason, given the bid environment, we probably don't want to delay another year. This would be a project that'd be in best interest to go to bid. So at this time, it's move forward with the project. We're going to see what the prices are. If we would have to cut scope, we would cut scope, but we wouldn't go after additional funding. Good. Good. The wastewater facility plan. We've been working through the wastewater facility plan. At this point, we're developing the recommendations, preparing cost estimates for the recommendations, our final figures. Our project schedule, we anticipate that we'll have the draft report done in August and looking to present that to the council in September. And Colton Phase 4 and 5 Storm Sewer Improvements Project. that would be the one that Alliance, was the contractor. So we just met with Alliance again this morning. We had met with Alliance, a week ago, but met with them again this morning with their subs. They're gonna be out doing a little bit of, punch list work, warranty type of work to finish out the project. So
Is that part of that asphalt in front of his place?
that's part of, Mid-American. So Mid-American is responsible for that asphalt. I did reach out to Mid-American. It would have been at the council meeting last month. And so I need to reach out to them again and contact them. There's a couple of requests that I had for them. So I'll reach out to them again and ask them to come and do, I guess, whatever work we think is necessary over there.
I mean, I see what they did. They just tried to match the crown and the new
Mhm.
curb, but in doing so, it caused it to kind of drop way down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just,
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hole or a bump. Mm-hmm. I'll reach out to them and see if they can come up. I mean, we're gonna have some other contractors in the area. I don't know if they'll use any contractors that are gonna be here, but I'll reach out to them and see if they can get a contractor here to address those items. Just with that, that's all I have to report on that project.
No, I think we got
So
it
on
covered.
this 3,
Mm-hmm.
this is my curiosity. You mentioned that it'd be better to have it bid in and pull back versus adding it. Why is that?
I'm thinking about the design of that road on that south side. If we'd probably like to get it to the intersection, that curb line in that profile. Because if we stop at midway, we're going to be tying into whatever's existing right there. So it creates a little bit of a change in design. To where if we, but it'd be the other way. If we pull that out, then we're going to have to modify our design again.
So I mean, either way, it's half a dozen one, half a dozen other.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times when you have something drawn in the plans, you're likely going to go forward with it. And because it was determined necessary at the time, and you find the funding.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, that's a big chunk of change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so to find that funding is gonna be a lot harder than, oh, hey, guess what? The bid came in 500,000 less. Yes, let's add that.
Yep.
You know. Okay. That's all I was wondering.
Mm-hmm. No, I know where you're coming from.
Well, I'm just trying to, I was thinking, I was like, is it really gonna, would it make the bid come in more favorable that they don't have the jaunt, or, what the deal would be? And I was like,
I think it makes the design easier.
It's selfish on our end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the ultimate product would be better, and I'm not gonna deny that at all. The product would turn out nicer, especially if we can go all the way, start a project to end a project.
Yeah.
But to come up, you're probably gonna add another 10,000 onto that to go that distance.
Mm-hmm.
To come up $110,000, $115,000, it's a lot more money.
Yeah. Yep.
So, let's hope the bids come in favorable. And
Yeah, we'll get to.
That's a competitive market right now, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays on that.
Yeah, we'll get to talk through that to see what, cause this, this design should be ready, in plenty of time before it, gets to prime bidding season. But yeah, we'll have to talk about what that appropriate time to bid is.
Alright.
Okay.
As always, thanks, Weston.
Yeah,
Thanks for
absolutely.
Your guidance and doing everything, and always have the best interest of the city of Colton.
I will. I'll always have that in mind for sure.
Anytime you wanna fill that seat, you just hop right on in.
Well, you gotta build some housing east of town.
You gotta buy a lot
That's right.
and start building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they for sale?
The Friends of Baseball said we don't have many $1 million homes. You could put the first one in.
First one in, yeah.
If somebody would loan me that $1 million. Well, is there anything else?
No, I appreciate you, Weston. So-
Jared?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you.
All right, have a good night.
Thanks. Have a good
Thanks,
night.
Weston.
Tomorrow, 1:30?
Okay, move on to Minnehaha County Sheriff's Report. Colin Log. Let's look at that.
Is this just in Colton or does this the outline?
Some of it's yellow.
It has to be.
Look at the addresses, some of it's rural address.
Well, they got 10 speeding tickets, and I don't think I've ever seen a cop pulling anybody over in town.
Actually, some of this is Brandon.
Most of it's Brandon.
Yeah, a lot of
No,
it.
he
Yeah.
was talking about this one.
This one, where it shows 10 speeding tickets, 2 no insurance, theft, assault.
I would think it would be anybody with a Colton address.
It is.
That's my guess, a Colton address, but that takes up a lot of
Rural,
Surrounding area. too.
surrounding area.
You can go Tri Valley, and that's cool.
Yeah.
right?
Okay, moving on. Okay, we already talked about operating agreement, insurance. I do some more legwork on that there. Move on to item D, HB 1130. Effective 1/1/26, municipalities must combine elections with the county in even number years, discussing change to 2 or 4-year terms, and having election only in even numbered years. So no more 3-year terms. I think Crooks is currently already on 2.
No. You can do 3 years still.
It'd be more money, so it's not worth it.
Would it?
Mhm.
Because then we'd have to pay. It'd be our own separate election.
Which we do now anyways.
Right.
So, I guess.
I mean, it would just be, one year you'd do it with them. The following 3 year, you just do it on your own, just like we have been already.
I don't think I want to go to anybody to go to a 4-year.
No, it'd just be in that one off year, you'd have your own election, just like we did this last year.
Yeah. And that's if we have
It
enough.
takes a lot of work and a lot of man hours for just me or just Dawn. So at the CFOG meeting, it seemed like most of the communities were leaning towards doing the only having elections on the even numbered years. Because I don't know what the school board's gonna do either. I don't know if they're gonna change to that or not.
So if we switch to a 2-year term and we went on the even numbered years, I guess what is the added benefit overall? Obviously, you mentioned less man hours and time to put into it, and why is that? Just help me understand that. Why
Well,
would it be
there are a
less?
lot
time?
of notices that have to be
Okay.
put up and finding election workers.
I thought I was gonna say one less thing would be like, if you like, because let's say the presidential election type thing.
Right.
Yep.
They've already got those workers coming in, and you wouldn't have to find 3 more people or whatever.
Well,
to
we
do.
don't want to have to compete for that because it's hard enough to find
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
workers
whatever.
as it is.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
Um,
the same workers that would be sitting here, sitting down there.
Well, and you also, we can no longer do April elections. It has to be either June or November. Not a lot of communities are looking to do June because there's less people around.
General election.
There's just way more candidates to choose from. It's a little bit more confusing. So a lot of the communities were looking to do the November.
Well, I'm just gonna say in 2 years, it's not enough time to do anything. Especially on a mayor's side, because you're not gonna, by the time you get it figured out, your term's up.
I know that seemed like awfully short.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, in your term, well, you would end on an even year this time, right?
Yeah.
You'd end in what, 28?
So how it would work is everybody who is supposed to end, they would just keep their spot and be like an appointment until it would come
The
to the
following.
next. Yes.
So like with mine ending, nope, mine would be next year. That'd be an even year. Trying to think, yours would be an even year. I'd have to look.
Let me just say, paying $250 to $350 is cheaper than what we pay now. I don't know what the exact amount we pay is now, but pretty sure.
So there's cost savings
Definitely.
to the city, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But you remember every 2 years you're losing, or you're 50% a year.
Yeah, I
Could be
mean, I know
changing.
nobody really wants to go to a 4-year term, but a 2-year term just seems so short.
It seems short because by the time you even kind of have a grasp,
Well, most projects, this project right now we're working on is 2 years in the making.
oh, at least, well, I think we were looking at it as soon as or before I even got on.
Yeah.
There was talk of it.
So by the time, how do you vote on something when you don't even?
Know if you're even
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
holding
the
that
stuff.
seat.
So you'd want to do
You'd have to do a
4-year
4-year
term, and if you only wanna be on 2 years and you wanna get off, then they would appoint someone to fill out the.
You just have to
remaining 2
resign.
years.
Yeah.
Well, see, I thought as soon as the next election is when they would vote. It wouldn't be so say, I came on and I could only do 2 years and I resigned. That next election is when they would elect for my spot for the remaining 2 years. Is how it should work.
Well,
You can appoint up
Right.
to the next
Yes.
election and then it's only for the remaining
Yes.
term of that person.
mhm.
So now when we appoint someone, it's to fill out an even number instead of a 1-year
It's
appointment.
still going to be, well, yeah, I mean, it could be till the next election. Yeah.
So the problem would be is at any given time, you risk losing half your council at a given shot, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just a couple at a time or one at a time or whatever.
I mean, basically every 2 years. Yeah.
You lose half your council.
Well,
In theory, you could.
in
Good.
That's kind of scary.
actually, it's every 2 years and we're not going on even years. You would have to go to a 4-year. And then you're still looking at losing half the council on a 4-year term. Because if you go to a 2-year term, that means every 2 years on the primary or the main election, everybody's up. Right? Or am I thinking of it the wrong?
So technically, like right now, if you have one, you'd get moved to next year. Like if you were one, you'd have
Yes.
to do 2 years. So like mine is 3, so
Yep.
I'm technically 4. So you'd still be off 2 years.
But no. So what I'm getting at is if every 2 years we have to hold an election, you would have to do a 4-year contract. Otherwise, everybody in this room would be up for election every 2 years.
All at the same time.
All at the same time,
So
yeah.
you would have to go to a 4-year
Which makes the most
To
sense.
alternate.
just to alternate.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to lose or potentially swap half the council out every
Well, yeah,
4
to
years.
be on an even year, because how's that? Crook's doing that because Crook's is on 2 years right now.
Yeah.
Is the mayor or the council?
Well, the mayor. Well, I guess I know Butch is, but I think council is too, though.
I don't know how they can be because you're only holding them even.
But if they're not on the even number swing like they are, like what this is
Yes,
asking
if it's every, yeah, they could just swap out every other year half
But
their
I know
council.
Crooks is struggling to have a full council, or having even anybody on council, so. And maybe that's the reason. You got 2-year terms, like,
Yeah, and shit, by the time you're just starting to grasp it,
you're like, well,
You're gone.
you're gone, or
Mhm.
potentially gone.
And they weren't at the meeting, so I don't know what they didn't.
But I mean,
do we wanna table this for further discussion, or
are we able to?
Yeah, we've got till
January.
January,
Okay.
so.
January on this.
Let's just weigh out the pros and cons on this and think about it.
Yeah, let's see what their council's doing, because they would have to be doing their council could be a 3-year. You know, because we were going every year.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the 3-year was great.
So did I, because you only lost 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, only 2 people were coming up for an election.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then possibly the mayor.
Yeah.
But only 2 council members every year.
Yeah.
Versus 3.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the last thing you want is a council with only 3 people on there.
But we can't have one because you wouldn't have a quorum.
No, but that's all that's what's on an elected. That's your elected council. Your quorum is 3, so
Yeah, your quorum would be 2 at that point. You would have to have 2 council members.
it doesn't go off all your seats.
It goes off of how many are there.
Oh, I see.
So when
currently
you have
elected.
one person leave or 2 people, you can't hold a council meeting.
So like
that's what.
currently with nobody in Chaz's spot, we only need 3 people versus 4 here to do a quorum.
So that's why it's really important to have a full council. One, more buyers, be more diverse, and then, yeah, not, well, just like that one time we couldn't have a meeting. You know,
Yeah.
It sucks. I mean,
Yep.
So you think Crooks is on 2 for?
I know Mayor Butch is on 2.
I feel like their council is 2 also.
God,
But I think
to
that
lose
that's,
half your council every other year.
But I think there's only like 3 people on their council.
Yeah.
I bet they're supposed to have 6.
Oh yeah, I mean they gotta have.
Yeah.
I think we should reach out to like Del Rapids.
Hartford.
Del Rapids has got 4 sets of councilmen.
So they got
So
8
they got
councilmen.
8.
Yep, because they got 4 wards.
But what have they gone to? Have they done anything with this yet, or have
they
they
weren't
always?
at the meeting either. But I believe Brandon and Hartford were, and the gal from Brandon is the one that did the presentation, and they're looking at doing 4-year.
I'm kind of leaning.
4-year terms.
It makes more sense.
You almost have to.
Well,
Because I'm like, whoever would take my seat and then doing a 2-year term, you're not gonna understand.
well, not only that, but the mayor could go to a 2-year, but council member you would have to go for. Otherwise, your whole council can be replaced every 2 years.
Well, and how is that realistic? I mean,
It isn't.
We have a hard enough time having
Well, no,
6 of you.
I
Yeah.
get that, but if that addition ever does pop off, and then you start getting people in here that want to be, active, like the gentleman from, Friends of Baseball, they took that on themselves,
Absolutely.
if somebody comes into town and wants to be a part of the community, they're gonna run.
Most new people, I don't feel like do though, just because they're too like
New.
and they're
Yeah.
just like, well, I don't really
Scoping
want to
it
stick my
out.
neck
But-
out like that yet.
Yeah, but they could be coming from Hartford, Crooks, where they were part of it at one time.
Right.
And they wanna get back on it.
And they want to get back on it because they feel they have knowledge that would be useful to the city
Or input.
or input.
I'm just gonna say on the mayor and the 2-year term and the mayor, like, I
Yeah, I
wouldn't
think
put that
that's a
on, I wouldn't
bad
put that
idea.
on I don't know how you can do anything, because honestly, by the time you get the graph,
We're-
I'm just from my own experience, I sat on council, 5-6 years before that, And then you take the mayor seat, it's a different, completely different seat. I mean,
Yeah.
by the time you understand, grasp everything, my first term was already up, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you were
that's
just
crazy.
starting. Okay, this is how all this works, and then it's like, oh crap, I got to run again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you could do it. To me, you'd be putting the city at a default on 2 years.
Yeah, we can send a message out and see what
What
the other councils are talking
Yeah,
about.
let's
Council.
table it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be 4. I think the answer you're gonna get is gonna be 4.
It's
Or we just reject it and stay at
Across.
2 or 3.
Across.
and then we just pay for our own election in the middle.
So those are 2 options. I'd just say, I think we need a way out and just doing our own, or do we want to join on
Yeah.
and do 4?
I would highly encourage the 4, just because the amount of work that it requires is also right around the time of property taxes, and I can't remember what else, but there was like 3 things going on at the same time, and it was a lot.
Yeah, and moving in November ain't gonna be any easier because
No, it isn't gonna
that-
make it any
that's
easier.
budget time.
Yeah.
Right, I know, yeah.
Which will be good if somebody starts in,
It'd be December or January.
yes.
Yeah.
So that's better than it's better than what we have now when they're coming in about budget talks and they have no idea.
Well, right now they're coming in mid-year.
Right, but you know, when it comes budget time is right after that, you know,
Yeah.
coming into the fall, so then it's like they don't have any input because they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll move that for further discussion. So.
Yeah, I think I'd reach out and ask for what's your council doing, and then what's the mayor doing.
Hmm.
You know, just kind of figure out their terms.
So
And
are
then
you
what-
guys kind of thinking more of November versus June too, or?
Well, I don't. You're not going to get any turnout. I mean, we struggle with turnout for our own elections right now.
In April.
Yeah.
And June will be worse.
Mm-hmm.
Too busy in June. Way too busy in June.
Yeah.
Well, just on our own family, I had one night free.
I'm right there with
June.
you. I'm right there with you. I haven't been home since I've been home. How's that sound?
So. Okay. Moving on. So we're gonna go down to number 7 quotes. So I'd like to bring city cleanup day quotes. I got a couple numbers. Garbage and More. Michaela and Don both reached out to them. They couldn't give us a hard number, but approximately less than $1,000. Got another one for $950. That's a written quote, but that will come down to also with tonnage and dump and things like that. So it's kind of a.
When's the last time we did one of these?
We never really did do one.
Been 2 years since we did the last one.
Is that?
But that was the recycling day. And
That was
Yeah, that
not an
was-
actual, hey, whatever you got, you want to get rid of, now's the time
So-
situation.
I did reach out to the other one, and they're gonna look at getting the application for the tipping fee. So then their number would come down.
I don't think they have to get it, I think we have to get it.
Oh, we just have to get it.
Yep, we just have to know what day we want it and then approximately, the tons, because we're not going to do garbage trucks, we'll want the roll-off dumpsters. won't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
So technically then we'd be at 950. Then just waive all the tonnage off it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Is that for Garbage and More?
No, Garbage More already has it. That's a verbal quote at 1,000.
Okay.
Dietrich Sanitation is at 950 with a written quote, and that's given us 3 dumpsters, a recycling dumpster, or an appliance dumpster, an all throw whatever you want into it dumpster, and then a metal dumpster.
Am I missing the Dietrich?
It's all on
It's
the
right there.
bottom. It's right there.
Oh.
Oh,
It's
this
on the
one.
bottom of that one.
Okay, that's all added up as.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so then if we have, we're not gonna get a credit back on the tonnage. I mean, that's just gonna be too hard to do.
You won't hit 5 tons.
No, but
I mean, you gotta have some pretty decent metal in there to get, and it's gonna be small grills and, yeah.
Oh, I know where we could hit over 5 tons. I think we all know.
Yeah, we know.
Where we could go to hit that number. We could probably fill 4 dumpsters just by itself.
Yeah, but I don't think a single dumpster would hit 5 ton.
How many cars can you get in a dumpster?
I was gonna say.
Depends how crushed they are.
So,
When do we want to set a date for it?
I was thinking August.
In August?
August or September.
Yeah.
I mean,
we want to do it
October-
before harvest, so.
Because I'm just thinking, well, it's for Colton residents only.
Yeah,
Right,
but
but
you're gonna
increased
start getting
traffic.
all the trucks coming in, you're gonna get
Yeah.
all the people driving trucks going.
I just trying to think to.
The only reason I'm thinking is
August,
October.
September, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harvesting going on yet?
October, you're looking at a chance
Of snow.
snow.
Yeah.
And then it's just a waste of money at that point in time.
And even like if someone's gonna clean up outside around their house, they're not gonna do it in October. It's too cold.
Oh no, that's the perfect time to do it.
I know.
Picking a Saturday, I'm assuming.
Be
Well,
good.
I think we can do it a weekend. We can do it a Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to have somebody sitting down there.
Yes. So I don't know if it's a few of us pick the times and do it.
We can just turn it
Because
to
just to
this.
label dumpsters, label out dumpsters,
Where are we
Oh,
doing
what?
this at?
we'll probably do the West City shop.
Okay.
I don't think we wanna do it in the Teope parking lot would be handy, but
That parking lot's not real.
No,
that's
we
not
don't.
gonna take it any
Yeah,
longer.
really
It's not gonna
the way
take
it
it.
We have to.
That's the next thing we'll have to talk about here.
But
Yes, fix it.
I think it's something that, we're getting complaints about nuisances in people's yards, and we're sending letters, and so here's our resolve, okay, we're gonna help you, like, some people can't get rid of it, so, or have the means to haul it all the way to the Sioux Falls landfill.
Is it something to where, so it's not a curb thing, it's gonna be haul it there to yourself. Is that an option?
Curb.
He
That
swings
way
by
they
with the
would get-
payload. For some of
So
the
you have to
elderly
come
folks
along
that
Haul it out
want to
there.
get rid of stuff but can't. I don't know how we do that. You can't
Right.
really
An option
say.
with
Yeah.
Just me.
I'm gonna say
Right.
we don't have enough
Yeah.
manpower.
Well,
versus-
Yeah,
When-
You
I
don't
can
even
see
have
that.
grapple forks to grab that stuff, so,
In,
It would
uh,
be a hand load thing.
And see, when
unless you're volunteering, Tyler.
I was
I
up
didn't say
at
that.
when I was up at Guards in Flandreau,
Yeah.
we went around in Flandreau once a year, but they had 4 city guys,
Right.
and
You'd
they
have
had
to have
payloader and backhoe,
a
and
team
then
of
the
people to
yeah
Right.
guy running the payloader and 3-4 people on the ground.
loading into the payloader.
All we can say is that if you're handicapped and in need of assistance, please contact the city.
Yeah.
I think that would be good to put in there, and maybe we can do a case by case basis.
We'll,
to
we'll
where,
come see if you really are handicapped.
Yeah, this isn't.
Send
Shut down there.
Or some people just might not have means to get rid of
Well,
a
some
stove.
might not have like a pickup to haul it away or whatever.
Yeah.
Put
Right.
a request in that you're handicapped and you need assistance. I'm coming over there and I'm dumping mine in your yard.
Well, like a grill, like if you
Well-
do need to get rid of a grill, like,
Yeah.
people can't just fit that in
If
their
you're,
car.
I guess, I mean, if you are in true need of assistance to haul it
Yeah.
a few blocks, please reach out, or we can just do it via email, to-
Yeah.
So the phone's
And if you
not-
pick the right weekend, I would come and help anytime.
It depends on what it is.
Correct. I would help.
I don't
would
think-
help you, Pete. But Pete, you're on the ground. I'm in
We don't have a life.
the loader. Don't even.
So I talked with Petrick on what can get thrown in the dumpster with, whatever. It's absolutely everything except batteries. I don't think we promote that. I think
I think we have an appliance one.
but I think the one that you can throw everything in there, we promote that. We're not taking paint, tires.
No.
Like,
are you talking mattresses or what? I mean,
the only thing was the description in there, you can see is the only thing was in there is no batteries.
The problem with mattresses is they take up room. If you don't actually stack mattresses,
They're a mess.
they're a mess because you might have a hole here and it's going to span that hole and it ain't letting nothing down.
But I think the big thing is to get the yard items.
Yeah. Well, people are gonna clean out what they clean out.
Well, they're gonna clean, yes.
You should see the amount of stuff that we picked up off the Flander curb.
Yeah.
I mean, you should see the stuff that comes out of Madison when they do their citywide cleanup.
Probably some good stuff, actually.
There's people that go around and shopping.
Well, people put out good stuff. They just don't want to have to
Yeah.
haul anywhere else, too.
Hey, everything I put in my yard's disappeared. I put a futon, I put a couple dressers. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
You
gone.
guys just, do we want to do all three, like just a strictly metal one? Or do we just want to do an appliance and maybe two everything?
I think you wanna do appliance and two everything and just,
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yep.
cause if you put a metal one there,
I don't
you
wanna
have
stand
like
there sorting
three
that
pieces
crap
of
out.
metal in it and the other one's full.
Yeah.
You know, just do an all-purpose one and be done with it.
We have to sit there and man it. I don't.
No, do the appliances one. Do we want to?
Appliances here, everything else in these two.
Do we want
Pick
to?
one.
We do have the option with appliances. Everyone else doesn't charge. You know, per appliance, like $10.
To try to recoup some of this.
Some of the money.
Well, so you're not just getting someone in there bringing big ass freezers and fridges and just dumping it all in there. You know, because they're going to take up a lot of space in that dumpster.
They are.
So do we do something of a $10
And then it's
appliance?
another thing, do they have a door that's open? So
Yeah, the back. The
if they
back.
got a cart, they can try,
Right.
get it in there.
Yep.
So
So we could
try
set
to
up the
throw it over
dumpsters
the
where
top.
everything would be, the gates would open, the back dump gates would be open, and then they can ramp it in the back there.
Okay, so when you guys have done this before, have you done appliances before?
Well, before it wasn't actually a city ran, it was more garbage and more did a recycling day,
Mm,
and it was very limited to what could get taken.
mm.
Metals, aluminum.
Drop it off at the west shop, wasn't that where it was at?
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
it, and they only did it for one day, like, they were only there for a
Mm.
day. So, I think we could do the appliance, and I don't think it's out of the ordinary to ask for $10
Per appliance.
per appliance.
I don't think.
And if you got a stove, you wanna get rid of a stove.
Does that include like microwaves, TVs? Like, are those appliances?
Well, I think
or-
we can
don't
put
know.
appliances as stoves, refrigerators, washer and dryers.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
freezers. Your kitchen appliances.
Microwave.
I think 20 for a chest freezer.
Huh?
I think 20 for a chest freezer. Those.
Okay, yeah, so we can
You
do,
know, something like that.
So we can
Upright, you know.
we can break it, I mean, so we can break it down $20 for this, then
Yeah.
$10, and then we can promote that.
Yeah, because that.
I think I'll just do $10 across the board.
I think so.
Yeah. Because I mean really your upright freezers are bigger than your chest freezers typically.
Boy,
You know, cubic feet
Cubic
wise.
foot wise.
One's just standing up versus laying down. Your stove is the same size as a washer and dryer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll just do either 10 or $15 across the board for appliances.
And how many do you think we actually have in town? People
More,
holding.
but there's more than
I'd
one.
be surprised.
Oh, yeah, I think.
Come out of the woodwork.
I'll throw in there.
I was just curious.
Yeah,
you know?
I got stuff I could throw in there.
Me too.
So
I'm
that was
talking
my
like
next
the
thing.
city, I
Oh.
got 3 of them at the shop right now that
That's,
I'm gonna throw in there.
good. I was gonna expand on that too there, Pete, so do we make people bring like their water bill in for proof of residency, cause it's gotta be,
I think you should have a copy of something.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we know a lot of people, but there's some we don't. But
Yeah,
like,
we do.
well, let me see your driver's license or something like that. It's prove that you live here in Colton.
Yeah.
What if they just moved here?
Yeah. Water bill would be
some
great.
form
either
of
ID or water bill.
Yep.
With your current address.
because there are people that just moved here that they might not have a new driver's license yet.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can always print a list of people who.
Yeah, but they didn't go through the role there, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just not that many. It's
Cause
only
we're
like-
not gonna limit them to one dump, I mean, if they want to. Yeah, get rid of this is your time to get rid of the stuff. This is what we're doing it for, is not a,
So then the next question, say we fill up those 2 dumpsters of anything.
do we want a cap?
Well,
I would say no. if they got it, we've gotta get another dumpster, we gotta get.
Well, I'm
another-
saying a cap on how much we wanna spend on it. I mean,
Oh,
if we're gonna say 1900's our cap, done everything.
Because I mean, you start talking throwing anything in there, mattresses will come out of the woodwork.
Do we wanna exclude mattresses?
Yes.
Couches.
I
Myself.
don't think
Couches
so
and
because the
stuff
point
like
is
that.
getting rid of your crap.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. So just be willing to open up the floodgates of everything coming.
I think we should charge for mattresses and
Couches.
furniture, like your big ticket items.
Okay, so then do we expand on that? Do we do 4 dumpsters and do a mattress dumpster and sofa dumpster and an appliance dumpster and then 2 any dumpster?
And if it comes down to it, then if it's
Well-
everything, we can put on top of it.
Yeah, I mean that'd be 4. You'd have 3 anything dumpsters
Technically,
technically.
but if we start getting a bunch of mattresses and couches,
I don't know how much will show up, but I do feel you're gonna have some.
well, the nice thing about the couches, we just get the payloader out and just smash them. Pack the dumpster
Or a
in.
sawzall. Yeah, I was thinking sawzall, but I like your idea better.
Fire training
that was fast.
exercise.
Faster.
Dumpster fire.
Okay.
Or do we just want to go with 2 and see if they would be able to run another one out if one gets full on Saturday?
With the pod,
Do they work on Saturdays?
well, I know the Petrick one will run on Saturdays, so.
I say we just get 4. I say we get the 4. right
Well,
out of the gate.
I don't want to commit to another $350 if it ain't gonna get filled.
I bet it will, because people have been asking me for a couple of years, are you gonna do that?
You think?
If we're doing it, that's the gamble we're taking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'd hate to be here in the 11th hour and then, a bunch of stuff here and they're like, well, hold on, can you come back in
that's just it,
45 minutes when we get a dumpster here?
Yeah.
Or if
They ain't coming back, and then we order another dumpster, and then it's empty. So I say we get the 4 dumpsters. We set out the $10 per larger item fee, and when they're full, that's it. Sorry, they're all full.
don't leave your junk.
Take your stuff back.
Well, that's why I said,
We'll try.
do we
Maybe
wanna-
we'll look at doing it again next year.
Well, that's
right?
why, or do you want to do a cap? So do we do the 4 dumpsters with a cap of 1,900 or 1,500 or something like that?
Well, because you got to remember, all these are gonna be $45 a ton
No,
additional. Not unless we.
we got the waiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing extra. It's. I think that the cap is the 4 dumpsters.
4 dumpsters.
I think that's what I think we need to do that. And
First come,
just-
first serve.
Yep.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And
Once
then-
it's full, and we ain't getting another one. I mean,
Plan on it
it's-
next year.
And then start
Yep.
with one of them as
Well, then we could
Like
say
your-
if it does good, then potential spring cleanup.
Yeah, we'll do another maybe 2 or 3 dumpsters in next spring, maybe 2, right? Because hopefully, majority of people are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm getting rid of my crap." And we get most of the town now. Catch the stragglers next spring. Revisit again in 5-10 years.
do we want to start with one of the dumpsters, mattresses and couches?
I think so.
And then
See what
if the
goes.
other 2 fill up, then you just top them.
Sort that out when they get here.
So mattresses and appliances and couches, $10.
So that's.
Or do we just say mattresses and appliances, $10, and we don't care about a couch?
I'd say throw a couch in as a $10 too. Because I mean it's a big item, and if Pete has to get out there to start crushing stuff down to fit it.
I just want to see him crush some couches.
But that's not gonna. But
No-
I think
no
that's
monster
not
trucking.
gonna include that fee doesn't include like a dining room table and some chairs.
No, it's gonna be like your Haida beds and your,
Yes.
your big, the stuff that don't break down that
Well,
easy.
height of it, that's double.
I'll turn the bed.
Yeah.
I
So
think it makes sense just to do everything is $10 and the mattresses and couches.
All makes having
Yep.
cash up there change easier.
$10.
$10, whatever it is.
3 whatever dumpsters, 1 appliance dumpster.
Whatever you want to
Full
throw
or
away is
full.
free.
Yep,
But couches and mattresses and appliances, $10.
I agree with that.
Who do we want to go with?
Do we need a motion for that?
We have to pick
Gotta
which
pick.
company.
Oh. I say we probably pick Garbage and More, cause they're serving the community already anyways, don't you think?
The only thing is I don't know if they're gonna run on a Saturday.
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
Or
that
on
was the
Saturday and
problem.
Sunday. I have the only
And
reason-
the thing I'm scared with them is that it's a verbal agreement.
Yeah.
They didn't write anything down, so they might drop them off. It goes, no, we said $450 a dumpster. Well, now you're stuck paying a lot more. I don't think they would do it, but
No, she was confident it would be under 1,000. But they just like to know that the landfill is going to waive the tipping fees before they give like the.
So Don's already got the application, so.
Yep.
did the landfill approve it or not yet?
No, they're not going to approve
Okay.
it until we have a date. And what was the other thing?
Approximate amount of waste. So let's say 4 roll-up dumpsters.
4 roll dumpsters.
Or 30 yarders.
Yep, one.
Whether they're
one
half
appliance
full
dumpster.
or completely full.
Call them full.
Yep.
Because the only thing is like if I'd like for them to come, if they're full on Saturday, come get them on Saturday and get them out of here because otherwise we're gonna have everything stacked around them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're ordering more.
So
And
we
then
should-
we're-
so we should
Then
do
the
it one
city
day?
dumpsters get a lot fuller.
Right.
So are we just gonna do it for one day on Saturday?
I think we
only?
do it Saturday and Sunday, but if it's full, if they're all full on Saturday,
Oh,
It's, yeah, it would definitely need to be advertised first come, first serve.
Yes.
my thing is if they're full.
They need to come grab them on Saturday if they're all
Yes.
full on Saturday.
So do they not normally run on the weekends?
Not
Garbage and More.
Not garbage more. Not any roll off really does. So.
So that's
This
a
is
pretty big
this
deal.
is a newer company that wants to get into it more. So
So we do know that they will for sure do it. So that's a huge plus. And we do have a written quote. So that's a huge plus.
Also
too.
accommodate the dates that we need, then I think we need to go with them.
it's just whatever we need. So
So can we pick a date or, because
okay.
we can't get the waiver approved unless we have a date.
Yeah, so let's go look in our calendar. August.
I
Or
know
September.
September 20th, the Lions Club's having their French toast breakfast.
I had a wedding that day.
So September 20th is out.
Just
Because
September
a lot of your
13th
people are
work?
gonna be up there,
Oh,
you know, in the morning, and then they're gonna go home and
maybe
And
that'll-
belly up.
How does the 30th and 31st just end of August? Or we do the first week of September?
Well,
Well, that's Labor
that's
Day
Labor Day
weekend.
Yeah.
Because Labor Day is early. So,
I mean, I want enough time out there to get it advertised.
I
right,
say the 13th and the 14th September.
that works for me.
13th and 14th of September.
I don't think I got anything planned.
Like I said, we don't need all of council out there, but
No, but if it's going 2 days, it sure would be nice to be able to rotate.
yes.
And what do you want to do, like,
What
Pete, what do you
times?
want to do, 8 a.m. to 4, or what do you think?
I can do whatever.
Do you think we can set them up where at least at night we can barricade it off up there? Just, I mean, if they're gonna dump it, they're gonna dump it. but
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lease. I guess at that point, then or do
Sit
we
down
just
there.
leave it open? But the only thing is I'm afraid you get none.
Russ to sit down.
You're gonna ultimately get some non-residents. I mean,
Put a under.
So they'd have to see them and know they're
You'll
there.
get a few people, but I don't think it'll be that bad.
No, I don't think so.
no.
So we got the date.
13, 14.
Okay. With Petrick sanitary, 4 dumpsters, 1 appliance and 1 couch and bed and 2 anythings. Okay. I'll wait for Larry to get back.
And that was the
13, 14.
13th, 14th.
September.
And we'll put on there
Got them all checked out?
one form of ID, either ID or
Water.
your driver's license
Proof
or
of
ID
address.
with that or water bill.
DL or water bill.
Yep.
Okay.
Or, I mean, even a chunk of mail would be fine.
A piece of mail with their name and
Just-
their address. This is me. I live here.
Well, I mean, what's stopping a non-resident, I guess, outside of town grabbing someone they know in town's water bill?
How's it any different than somebody outside of town coming in, grabbing one little item from somebody in town and bringing it in?
Yeah,
You're gonna get it.
If they're that desperate, I guess we'll take it.
Okay, Larry, so we're gonna do the 4 dumpsters, 1 appliance, 1 couch and bed at $10 a piece, and then 2 any dumpsters, and need a form of ID or a piece of mail. We're going with Dietrich on
September 13 and the 14th.
September. I can get a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion from Tyler.
I'll second.
Second from Bender. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Got that. Okay. We'll do something, Don and I will sit and, now we know a little bit more about that fit. Do you guys wanna put money into it? Do you want us to put something together to vote on the next, well, I mean, we're gonna have to vote on, we're not gonna be able to vote on it tonight with funds, cause I wanna put dollar amount on it.
We have to have another reading on that then, wouldn't we?
Well, we should,
In order to
well, we have to, yeah,
Put the money in.
to,
But so what did we get through Core Trust and Reliving? I feel like we just went through this last year.
It's 2 years ago.
No,
Years
it's-
ago.
yeah, 2 years.
2 years
Two-year
ago.
CD.
Sorry, part of 6 months of my life was gone. Anyways,
Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Vacation.
So what did you remember? Anybody remember? I thought we were like 5+% with.
no, we ended up with
No.
379 or 3.
Yeah, it wasn't as good because we went with the 2 year. I think the 12-month was the 579.
So we ended up with like what 34,000, I think, is what we ended up making off the 500,000.
Okay.
So I mean, the one thing, so if we go with the open market, we can take our money in and out.
Yep.
If we don't, the fix, we're still tied up with the CD.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So my next thing on that is I'd rather have a bank relationship with Core Trust
Correct.
than lose it. If we're gonna go to the CD locked rate.
Correct.
To me, that's
Um,
more worth it than, because I'm just looking down the line of projects that sometimes get sponsored and
Yes. No, I get that. Me personally, I think we need to do some of both.
Mm-hmm.
I think we use that as our money market.
I don't think we do the CD part on it, do you?
No, I think we use them for the money market, and then our CDs, we as long as our current banks are comparable.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if there's a 2%,
Difference from Core Trust to Reliant Bank then.
well, Core Trust, even these guys.
Oh, yes,
Well, then you're,
yes,
we got to make money.
yeah, but if we're talking a point or a
Yeah.
half a point,
I mean, what 0.2 was the difference between their CD and their 12-month?
yeah,
It wasn't,
so,
or the money market to the.
Yeah,
Right.
there was one difference. My mark was 3.96.
96 and the
12 months was 3.95, and the 6 months was 4.12.
Yeah, I mean, really from 396 to 412, that ain't huge.
no.
I mean,
I think we need to get rates on
Yeah,
12 and a 6 month from Reliant Bank and Core Trust.
Are we looking at
Compare.
one to do like a $500,000 again?
No, if I would do like a 70-30. If we want to have some money in the money market that we have access to play around with in an emergency situation, right?
well, what are we sitting at for funds? Because the money market we could play around with. It's no different than sitting in our checking book.
Correct. Correct.
So
That's why I said like 70-30. You put 70 into a fixed CD, and 30% of it we can throw into this money market and still be able to have access to it at any time if we need to.
So we gotta get our monthly operation costs figured out.
Yep.
that's gonna be a tough one.
So that'd be 350 and 150.
That's just off the 500.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying like.
Oh,
what
but
our-
you can do our regular funds, right?
That's what I'm saying, our regular funds, so that's what we gotta figure out our daily operation costs.
Yeah, okay.
So we gotta keep that plus a little bit in our account.
Yeah.
I think, so we're not,
Always, yeah.
constantly going back and forth.
and then
but-
we can take the rest and put it in the money market and then a CD.
I mean, if we never were in threat of that 500,000 CD, and I don't think we were. I don't think we were ever like, oh, we might have to break
No,
contract.
No, not even.
It might not hurt to put that 500,000 back into a CD,
Yeah.
and then maybe possibly another 500,000 in the money market.
So, talking with Chris Brower from CoreTrust, he's like, we can split up that 500,000 into multiple different CDs, so they're cashing out
Different time frames.
different time frames.
Yep.
So it's just not like all locked in.
Yep.
So.
Well, like for example, Chris, when I got my pickup, he's like, chase stupid money. There's nothing wrong. If they want to give you 4, 5, 6%, go for it. I can always refinance you. We have a relationship. So I think he sees both sides.
Yeah.
I feel like he's
Yeah, Chris is a great banker.
going to be straight up.
Up here.
No.
No,
at CoreTrust.
Core Trust.
I kind of wish he was our full-time banker up here.
Oh yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
But
I mean, I think we need to take advantage of what money just kind of sits stagnant in our account.
Well, if you said we made 34,000 off of that last CD, right?
yeah.
And that was 2 years. I mean,
That's 34,000 free dollars that the city got just for
Yep.
the money. It was
Holding the
doing.
money that was there anyways.
Right. So
why not?
So yeah, we could even take that 34,000, putting in the working money, the money market,
Yeah.
on top of our operating costs, and we could still have the 500,000 to.
I think
we
we have a
wanted to-
little over 2.1 sitting in everything, right? With both
Yeah.
blanks.
and comfortably, probably on a safe bet, 500,000 needs to stay in our bank.
Yeah.
Between the two banks,
5 to 8.
5 to 8. So
Eight's probably a better safety net.
just to be on the safe side, so you're not constantly bouncing into that money market. So we might even be able to do, split 1.2
Mm-hmm.
between CDs and money market.
Then we can spread out the one with the CD so it cashes out.
So Core Trust today on a 2-year is 3.69.
So it only
It's the
dropped.
same for 1 year. The 182 day is 3.71. Otherwise, between 1 year and 3 years is 3.69.
So there is no. So I think we set it up in years. Cash 1 year out, and then hopefully, because like she said, you got to do at least a 2 year to lock in that 3.7. They're already talking about doing rate cuts. And if they do rate cuts, the CD is going to drop.
Well, your CD would, yeah.
The rates on the CD will drop.
Yeah.
So you'll lock in a year, secure for 2 years, and then hopefully at the 2 years, see what happens. And I mean, you're never gonna know, but
Yeah, I think safely we should get numbers from the two banks we deal with,
Yep.
and we got a rough idea where these guys are sitting, and I bet we can call them and they would give us current numbers
Yep.
for next month, and then I think we should come up with how much we want to put in CDs, put in the money market, and keep in our bank.
okay.
I agree with that.
And then at the next meeting, let's figure out where we want to divide it and
Yep.
and where to. So table it for now with,
We'll get you a meeting up with Chris too, Don. I don't even know who our point of contact now is with Reliant Bank. I heard it switched.
I don't think they have anybody that goes there. I know they have somebody that goes back and forth between the Hartford one and this one. But I think they are a loan officer, now that I say that.
All right, move on to item B, motion to accept finance officer Michaela Fraser's resignation. So when you move into Arizona,
Right now it's looking like the weekend of the 24th.
Oh, this month?
Of this month?
That's why I didn't put a date on there.
Yep.
somebody else is going south that I know.
That weekend?
That's wrong.
Someone wanted to make a
26.
motion to approve?
You?
No. A gal I went to guards with, she's,
Motion to accept the letter of resignation.
Motion from Tyler, get a second.
I'll second.
Second from Matt, all those in favor?
Aye.
Say All those opposed, same sign.
Thank you, Michaela.
Yeah, no problem.
So-
All the best on your next
That's what I
adventure
said.
there.
Yes.
24th is the end date as of now.
So,
Fun in the sun.
Not really looking forward to that 22-hour drive though.
Been to Phoenix
10 days.
through February and it is beautiful. That time of year.
In Phoenix?
Yes.
There's no such day in Phoenix that's beautiful.
It is hot.
Yeah, but I'll take over 300 sunny days.
You can have them.
I'm
I will take my
days like
rain.
this, I'm waiting for winter.
105 days.
No snow, but just cold weather.
No, I'll have snow and warm weather
Yeah,
versus cold weather and no snow. I'll take snow all day long.
I'm too cold
It's that
blooded.
wind.
Yes. No wind, 30 degrees and snow
Yeah, that would be fine.
all the time.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. Oath of office, finance officer Don Pilfer. Want to read your oath of office?
You gotta raise your right hand, put one foot on the wall, and tap your head, all at the same time.
I, Dawn Pilker, having been hired as finance officer for the city of Colton, Minnehaha County, South Dakota, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of South Dakota. I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my knowledge and ability, perform all the duties as provided by law.
All right. Yep, sign it there and I'll sign it too. Welcome aboard, Don. Okay. Excited?
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to motion to appoint Financer Don Pilker to replace Michaela Fraser on the City of Colton's accounts, Reliant Bank, Court Trust, SDRS, Dakota Main Stem, etc. Reliant Bank credit card with a $4,000 limit.
I'll make a motion.
Motion from Julie,
I'll second it.
second from Larry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay. All right, guys, ain't got any more to add?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I got one thing.
Oh, just
on the
wait.
Fire department, I talked to Trevor a little bit about this, but, the fire department in the building, we've got a bunch of training props, like wood props and stuff that we use for training. And we're wondering if we could get a container to set at the West City shop to store all that stuff in. Would that be something that the city would allow us to do, or?
Shipping it in, you guys okay?
Yeah, I think that's
Just
fine.
be-
Like the big black ones with the
Like a 20 or 40 footer?
yellow lid
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Or what are we,
No, like
what
the,
am I thinking of?
A shipping container.
Oh, you want a Connex?
Yeah,
Do you want
Connex.
one for free?
Do you have one?
Do you want one? Midwestern's getting rid of a bunch.
How big are they?
They're basically just like the semi that's in Chad's yard. My dad got one. My brother got one. Chad's keeping his that he borrowed in.
The actual semi trailer.
Yeah, but they take everything off of it.
Yeah, we'd be interested.
No, I
What do
don't
you mean?
like the running gear and all that.
Oh, it's an actual van body
Yeah,
trailer.
it's a van body
So I
trailer.
don't know how.
Not
I
a
don't know
shipping
anything
container.
about them, but
Or would rather have a shipping. You probably want a shipping container.
Yeah, I can ask the fire department, see if they
Okay.
want to do the board.
Yeah.
I just wanna know if you guys are okay if we'd set one over there for now, so.
I think that'd be okay.
Before
Set it up
we-
where
before
set it up
move
where we can
forward.
hide some more stuff behind it.
and then you can make it your office. Like, have you seen that show where they make all the cool stuff out of it?
And next thing you know, he's got
Um,
shipping containers all stacked up out there.
Yeah.
It's the new city shop.
And a window.
I
in
said I
there.
wanted a city shop.
Welcome to the new
Yeah,
city
'cause-
hall and city shop.
Right?
A trailer would probably be, I would think would be more beneficial, so you could just hook on and pull it over, and
Yeah.
instead of hand unload. You know, I guess I don't know how much you guys.
You just bring it up to the fire department.
How much you got to store?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just big wood props, like walls and, you know, just stuff that takes up a lot of room that we really have not a lot of room in the fire station. So if we get rid of some of that stuff, it'll.
Yeah, you can bring it up if they want one of the trailers. I can mention it to John.
Maybe I'll reach out to John if he can give me a couple pictures or something so I can show them.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Maybe they could take a look at it too. But first, I mean, we just need somewhere to put it before we even.
Yeah,
decide
Yeah.
what we
I think you're fine with the shop.
Yeah.
What about that old fire truck? People have been asking about that. Is that available to be sold? Who owns
We
it?
just gotta surplus it out.
Well, I think the
Cool.
fire department owns that.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
You gotta surplus it out, or how do you do
We
that?
get to sell it to the fire department.
Sell it?
Yeah. So
I know a couple guys have asked me about it, and I said, I'll ask.
I'll talk to the board because that's kind of where we want to set that container if we do it. So that truck would have to be moved out of there.
Do we find the title for the sweeper?
I have not. So I think Michaela hasn't come across it either.
Mm-mm.
We just
No,
put,
I think
we
we'll
just
have
put
to-
that in the metal dumpster. I bet we hit that 5-ton.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
we
might
got-
have to file for a lost title
Like a
or
lost
however that
title on
works for that.
Let's try and get rid of that before winter comes.
Well, titles are taking 3 to 4 months.
Are they?
Actually,
Mhm.
maybe even longer.
Yeah.
Because some of our new residents said that they switched states
Do we
and they
even-
told
but if we
them
put it up for auction, do we even really need a title that just says?
Got mine in 3 weeks.
no
recently.
title?
I don't know.
3 weeks. Had a new title.
Okay.
So from the time I paid off my trailer until I got it, 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, because something about there was a shortage on the paper.
I think that's okay.
And
If
they
that's
did a
okay.
switch
Yeah.
over to a different system.
Yeah.
But they have gotten to where they're pretty. It's not taking the 3 to 4 months anymore.
Okay.
But do we need a title to we auction off that sweeper and just says it's no title?
You can say no title. It might. I don't know. I guess.
You get
if
a lot of lowball offers.
Yeah.
At
I-
this point, do you really care? I mean, we more or less just want it to go away. We have to do it the legal way.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know what's the easiest way, I guess.
Lots of titles easy.
Okay.
but a lost
We'll
title
just-
takes a little bit to get, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
that
let's
bad.
just get a lost title on it. And then
I want to say
then we
there's a
gotta let-
3-month
what's
period
the-
on a lost title.
lost title? We gotta get rid of it.
Is it not that long anymore?
Old dump
Oh, is it
truck
like
that's
30
sitting
days?
there,
Down on campus,
boxes
what is
all
it,
rusted
Have you?
out.
Okay. It's been a long time
Windshield
since
busted
I've
out.
Well,
done
we can
one.
ramp that in the metal part. We'll get our.
That thing in.
Those-
Just go to junkyard basically. So, that's
Do
just
you
scrap.
want to just put that out on sealed bids?
Yeah, we could do that just as scrap probably. I don't think there's
We can
anything
do a
to it.
public notice on that and in the paper, just put out sealed bids due by, I mean, what date we wanna do.
Yeah, just pick a date.
Yeah. Well, we need at least 3, don't we? For bids.
Sealed bids? I don't know if we need,
Talking about the fire truck, right?
No,
No, the
that
dump
old
truck.
dumpster.
Oh, they dump?
The old dump truck.
that's
Dump truck.
sitting back there.
I mean, you just advertise it mainly for scrap I mean, it's gonna be a
Scrap, yeah.
but you just put,
Scrapper will, you'll get people.
Scrapper parts.
scrapper parts, yeah. So, do we want 2 months notice on that? Okay. So we'll just do a two month notice on that, just pick a date that, I don't think the date actually matters, just pick a
I
date.
don't know, I'm
For
not
both
familiar
or for
with
what?
No, just for the
the dump
the dump
truck.
Do we have the title for that?
No, we're gonna sell for scrap and stuff.